Welcome to the North American Firewall League match between X-Force Esports and Ratchet. I'm your host, Chris Wolf, also known as the Wolf Craze, and tonight's match is going to begin approximately around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all those of you in different time zones, I do apologize. I cannot translate those time zones quick enough for your benefit. So we are about 5 minutes over the expected time. But I just wanted to pop in here and welcome everyone, and I want to thank everyone for all the support that you've been giving me. I'm still so tonight's stream is going to be a little different, a little unique. I'm going to try to capture to the best of my ability both perspectives of each team. As you can see here, this is Team X-Force, and if I go to my second live scene, it'll be Ratchet Cell. Now, Ratchet Cells is going to be a little unique because I will have to interact with it before I can actually get the screen up, but Classic Jacks over here on X-Force should be able to come up just fine. But that's how tonight's going to work. I'm probably going to run, actually no, this is what I am going to do. The first 6 matches I am going to run from the perspective of X-Force. And the second 6 matches second 6 matches I'm going to run from the perspective of Ratchet Cell. If that works out for you guys, please let me know. Please make sure you comment and let me know that works for you. If you'd rather try to see it match after match, I can try to arrange that. However, YouTube streamers do pose a kind of a challenge in that regard. So but tonight's going to be fun. We're actually going to have a double feature because right after this match, Ratchet Cell is going to be going up against the, I think, Goon Platoon. I'm going to double check those sources. But until then, sit back, relax, and I will see you when we return.
You know, there is a really passionate community for VR and a very passionate community for our game.
There's been a lot of challenges making a unique game for VR like this.
Operation Nightfall is very unique because it takes the concept of a battle pass and really just fleshes it out even further.
Missions in Operation Nightfall are free for everybody.
Whether you buy into the Operation Pass or not, you will still be able to work towards missions and earn some rewards throughout the entire season.
Rewards vary from cosmetics, including face paints, trinkets,
Character skins, weapon skins.
If you're part of the Operation Pass, you can play extra missions that redeem extra rewards.
The idea for map really starts in the design phase. So basically the designers come up with an idea and they say, oh, that'd be cool, we should do a sandstorm. And everybody kind of laughed. And then everybody was like, well, wait, can we do a sandstorm?
There's something different about having a monitor in front of you versus fully immersing you in an environment where effectively your entire field of view is occupied.
Realistic rendering on PlayStation 4 in VR is actually very difficult to do, which is why most VR games tend to have like stylized graphics. I think there's a higher sense of believability in our new environments, and it's extremely inspired by real-world reference.
This is the first time I ever had to make the sound of a sandstorm. So that was pretty fun. The detail that we go into on the sound design, it feels like the space is alive. And it's like a tiny detail, but I've really seen how like those details bring the experience to life.
Half of our player base plays PvE, so we really wanted to give some attention to that and really enhance that experience. So the AI is going to give much more of a challenge to the player. We want the players to feel terrified in there. We want them to feel like they're in amidst this battle with AI and they have to watch every corner and keep their head on a swivel. These guys are after you and they're dangerous.
With contractors, you know, we try not to be too formulaic. That didn't come in the way of any particular standard that we implemented or anything like that. It was just really an effort to make sure that they're special in their own right.
We have a contractor from Canada, Lynx. He comes with a skill called Unstoppable. That means he can self-revive if he gets dropped to a knockdown state. We already have Revive Pistol, but what if you're by yourself? We wanted one way to get a second win type of moment when players go down and the enemy thinks that they've won the match. We want players to perform sort of a comeback moment using Unstoppable.
We've really ventured beyond our comfort zone. We've really pushed the tech as far as we feel like we can push it at the time. And we've made content selections that were a little bit more exotic.
There is some really cool stuff coming down the line too that I am really, really excited about, and I think everybody's going to be excited too.
PlayStation.
All right, folks, welcome back. It looks as though we are live. So tonight's match, as I said before, is going to be between X-Force, which is Team 7. They're in 7th place overall with, I believe, 51 points. And they're going up against Ratchet, who is, I believe, 45 points and in 10th place. So the points between the teams is not a significant difference. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how this game plays tonight. Hello, Rob. Welcome to the stream. I have the opportunity to actually commentate for 2 games. We're going to be following Ratchet as they face off against X-Force first, and then later the Goon Platoon. So I've played X-Force myself. I know how they play, and I've played Ratchet myself, and I've actually watched Ratchet play in their practices. So it'll definitely be fun to watch, and hopefully I can commentate well for you guys. So give me a second while I pull up my stream here so I can chat with y'all and also watch on the big screen here. So as I mentioned earlier,
are we in party right now?
Okay, here we go.
Party. Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, we are going to watch from both perspectives. First, we're going to start with Team X-Force, and we're going to watch the first 6 matches with Team X-Force, and then the last 6 matches we're going to watch from Ratchet's perspective. So for those who are unaware and who are a little familiar with Firewall, the members of X-Force include Wu-Tang Shinobi, Classic Jack, Skull Cinema, It's Keon, Hayvoon, and Volcom Joseph. I'm going to see who's here. Classic Jack, Wu-Tang, Skull, and
Okay, so what are you guys thinking?
okay. And it looks like they have a person on there that must have been a sub. Zaldin? No, Dylan. Double X Dylan. So that's Team X-Force, Classic Jack, Wu-Tang Shinobi, Skull Cinema, Double X, Dylan. And the team for Ratchet includes Endzone, Killatrix, DD Chopper, Lady Gray, Death to All, and I can't read this, but he's not playing tonight. So the team making up Ratchet is going to include Killatrix, DB Chopper, Lady Gray, and who is the other one? I don't think he's in there. Can we go back? And Cutter. I believe that's who it is. Also not on the team. Oh, welcome, guys. Eat more, what's up? Yes, it's just starting. We haven't even started the first match. So, just for the new arrivals. No Death Toll and Bow to Me Scrub. No, they are not playing tonight. Yeah, I've noticed that. I still have kind of the old roster, so I'm kind of filling in the blanks here, letting people know what the teams originally were, and then filling in the blanks of what I do know. But welcome, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to commentate from the perspective of X-Force first for the first 6 matches. In the last 6 matches, I'm going to switch over to Ratchet Cell. Let you guys let me know what you think of it, and I will adapt future commentary. But we're going to be following Ratchet Cell through 2 matches tonight. So hang tight. It's going to be a long evening. Okay, it looks like they're starting at docks. Now X-Force, they tend to push pretty hard. When they start getting close to pinch points, they may slow down. Again, they're all running with CQBs. Again, that's the most popular gun in the game right now. Occasionally you see an HCU here and there. And in close quarters you'll see an auto shotty. But rarely a G6 or the JA. You won't see those. And you definitely won't see the V1. Okay, so they know this is a pinch point. They're looking. They're trying to creep up without exposing too much of themselves, because they don't want to get shot down right away right at the beginning. Of course, he could back right off the stairs. There is no fall damage, so he'd be able to back off and get into cover real quick. Classic Jack is moving up to regroup with his team. They're staying awfully close. Got to watch out for those grenades. They're watching all the 6s. Now Ratchet Cell, I don't believe, is going to be pushing. They're not known for doing that. They're going to sit back. They're going to hold their spot.
Watch the back while I sit here.
Yep, I'm good.
All right, checking middle. He's holding down that middle area, allowing his team to get up there nice and safe. Alright, so they're all going to push from the left here. He's looking under the boxes because you can see people's feet from in between those pallets. You can hear them. They're communicating very effectively, letting each other know where the position is. Putting a motion sensor back, that's actually quite smart. It's going to watch their 6 for them. Frosty, welcome, dude. Thank you for the sentiment. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, see, they're expecting a flank, and from my experience, I don't think Ratchet Cell will pull a flank here. If anything, they're gonna sit back and they're gonna wait. They're probably posted up, hiding behind some of those containers. They're still sitting very, very close to each other. I mean, if Ratchet Cell lays some grenade fire on them, they're all out. Or at least a good amount of them, 2 or 3. Alright, we got fire contact in the back there, just as I expected. Ratchet Cell was not going to push. So far, no kills and no downs. There's a lot of gunfire. Skull cutting down Cutter. Lady Grey taking out Skull. Killer Trixie in the revive. And Dylan with the revive as well. So all members are still up. Classic Jack raining grenades in on there, trying to get them to move. Classic eliminating Chopper with that grenade. Beautiful throw. More grenades coming back. They're returning fire. So now it's 4 against 3. Classic just holding that ground, laying cover fire. He took a lot of damage, but he survived. Wu-Tang taking out Lady Grey. Classic Jack is pushing while the rest of the team holds. He might not even need to flank. It looks like X-Force moved in and wiped them all out, leaving the laptop open with no jammers, and X-Force taking the very first match, making it 1-0 X-Force. Wow, that was impressive.
Nice video camera shots. That's about all I did.
All right, I'm going to go back to the chat and just see what you all are saying in here. I want to thank everybody for showing on up. I really appreciate it. I got a lot of love coming my way for doing this. Please do know that I'm doing this in my spare time, and I'm doing it because I love the game and I love what it could be. Frosty's here. Thank you. How's it going? Cutter in the Pluscota. I played with the Pluscota before. He's really good. He's fun too. We'll send you the squad list. So you're. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, having an updated squad list will definitely help me. Beautiful. It's right there. I see it. Thank you. I'll definitely look at that. And actually, I'll print it out so I have access to it. All right. So X-Force just attacked. Now it's their turn to defend. This is going to be nice. Oh, he's running with the Kruger. He wasn't running with the... actually, I think he was running with the CQB in the last match. I think he switched over to the Kruger for defense. It may have shorter range, but if they're going to be sitting back, it's definitely got a lot more power, and he'll be able to defend a little bit more strongly,
Go for it. But
especially when they get to the top of the boat, anticipating that the defensive point is going to be on top of the boat.
And then maybe don't bring ammo bags, and let's make sure we can just paint everywhere.
So they're definitely going to be running with a scouter sensor. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. The motion sensor and some frags. Frags are good on this map because they do a lot more explosive damage. And it looks like they're going to be running with 3 motion sensors and 1 ammo bag. We got 2 running with impacts, and I'm not sure why Skull Cinema is running with proxy. Maybe hoping to get lucky with it. I don't know. Yes, I just got it. Thank you very much. I will definitely print that out, and I will make sure that I have it for the next time I do this. And I'll put it in my nifty binder of the Season 1 of the North American Firewall League. I got a little too organized right at the beginning. I got a whole binder full of this stuff, and yeah, it's going to be a nice memento, and I'll probably do it for Season 2 as well. Frosty Boy with a sub. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. So Classic Jack and his team X-Force are going to be defending now. I anticipate that the laptop is going to be on top of the boat, but
3 positions, we gotta get 3.
Am I right?
So,
Yes, this is on top of the boat. So where are they? Are they? It looks like they're in the middle, further to the right. So they have the whole left side. So I'm expecting that Ratchet Cell has spawned, obviously opposite end off of the boat, far left. So that's why they're going to hold up there. But I don't know.
I got a good spot over here for this for them.
I think they're gonna go. They're gonna go straight. I think they're gonna go straight for the laptop. That's a dangerous position for Classic to be in. There's not a heck of a lot of cover behind him. Because you go up those stairs. Okay, there he goes. He's turning around. That's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. So this is a very tricky spot because when you run up those stairs, you don't typically turn around and look back. So it's a very, very tricky spot. But a lot of people in this tournament have pulled this same tactic, so they may be a little bit more vigilant when running up those steps. Looks like Skull Cinema is sitting way in the back. He doesn't have any support. Just as I thought, Ratchet Cell's going to be moving up this side with a whole squad of 4. Classic and Skull taking down Killtrix and Cutter, but they were only down. All right. Looks like Cutter is now eliminated, and Killatrix is eliminated. Chopper's down, but he's not out. Oh, and Chopper takes out Cinema. It is now 2v3. Dylan taking down Lady Grey. Oh, they just got steamrolled there, unfortunately. And X-Force eliminating Ratchet Cell, making the score now X-Force 2 and Ratchet Cell 0. Just putting that up here in the chat.
Good job, boys.
All right, so that's 2 games in. Just remember, when we do reach 6 matches, we're going to switch over to Ratchet Cell's perspective. And I need the honest opinion from all you wonderful viewers, whether or not that is the style you want. 6 matches on one team and then 6 matches on another team, or if you want more of an alternating pattern. But we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it works. And one disclaimer, when we do switch over to the other perspective, I will have to do some finagling on the screen because YouTube is very, very difficult to capture when you're trying to capture streams in your own software. Because it doesn't, unlike Twitch where I can just leave this up and anytime Classic Jack starts, his stream will start. The screen's there all nice and done. YouTube reverts back to the person's home page, so I have to do some finagling, but I appreciate all of your patience.
Game check once you're in here.
Okay, so Mako Skip. Skip is one of my favorites. He's one of my, actually, he was my very first character that I played with for a long time. He's got that extra ammo. Don't need to run with those extra ammo bags, which is nice. They did have Mako.
Grab a beer.
Okay, I think he's gonna run with the Koro now.
We're bringing the hammer. We'll just bring shit to fuck him up with. Like we're going in.
They got frags, impacts. So 2 people are running with frag grenades and 2 with impacts. We got 2 motion sensors. I believe that's a flashbang, because I think the smoke grenade has the red line on it, and an ammo bag here.
Smoke. Okay.
Is he running with smoke? It's hard to tell.
It's just
He just got an invitation. That's great.
Bounce in, throw your smoke, start.
But I don't know what map they're on. They just ran docks.
You know, if he's bringing that, I'm actually gonna bring flash smoke.
Yeah, see, okay, that's what I thought.
Blow him up.
Bouncies.
Yeah.
All right, so they're going to be running Office. This is another very popular map. A very close quarter. People tend to take their time here, but at the same time, as soon as they find someone or find the other team, there's a lot of gunfire, a lot of grenades.
Dylan doesn't have double time.
None of us are doing that. None of us
Installing your pie.
Threw my gun on the ground.
Forgive my ignorance, and I believe we have talked about this before.
Like trying to get the flanks and
But what is what is your pie?
Every once in a while.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, get away. You know what I mean?
I want to get away. Okay, you have 1 potato.
I'm sorry. I maybe have had too much vodka. Okay, we're going back to game. Are you guys good? I'm going to game if so.
I don't know. Also, just to inform everybody, I am still in the tournament. I am running with Red Rum 2, and I don't know when my next match is, but please do stay tuned. Oh, it's a mini computer. Nice, dude. It's awesome. I don't know when my next match is, but please do stay tuned. If you have not already done so, go ahead and shoot me a follow, and so that you become notified every time that I go live. I will also be streaming when my team is playing. And if you are interested in my Discord, I also have a Discord. And I will update people when I'm going to be playing then in Discord as well. So now we're getting to it. We're at the office. And I said this before, and I think I'll say it again. I heard that this map design was designed after the actual office for First Contact Entertainment, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is, but I'm going with it because I like it. It's a nice office. So this is normal to push up and go to the left, because pushing to the right puts you way out into the open. And yes, that's where the firewalls are, but if you take a left, the back right there that Classic Jack is looking, that's usually where the laptop is, right there. And he was like, either it was in the kitchen or it was downstairs. It was one of the two. Because the laptop is in the kitchen, they're probably going to set jammers downstairs, and they're going to hold right below the kitchen. That is a typical maneuver for many of the teams. That's why he's looking down there, because he is pretty certain that's where they're going to be sitting.
Because if they do that, we break the left side. Okay.
They're taking their time, but they're still moving relatively quick.
Let's check these offices, sweep the offices.
And this is smart, only a few other teams, like NAC, does the same exact thing. Sweeps every single office to make sure there's no one there. It's also a good idea to kind of sweep those offices now with the motion sensors in play, because they can put the motion sensors anywhere downstairs and be able to identify where the other team is just by sticking it on the roof.
Okay, so we're gonna be fighting them from down there. Yeah, it's like right under me.
Let's see, yeah, we gotta take
So Dylan can probably hear the team under him. He had just communicated that they're right below his feet, so they're right below the kitchen. I don't know which way they're going to go. If I were them, I'd go all the way back to the side that they were and go down those stairs. You definitely don't want to go down those lobby stairs. Yes, that glass is bulletproof, but it's not really going to do much for your head coverage, and it puts you at such a disadvantage. So even when you try to blind fire, now your arms are there and your head's there and your gun's there, and you can still take quite a bit of damage.
Okay, they're gonna be to the right. They're gonna be in that room / behind it, in that bucket. And all the fucking desks.
Safe is gonna be right. Okay, I'll give you cover while you move, I guess.
All right, so they're both moving, and he's providing some cover fire. Took some hit markers. Skull way out in the open. That is a bad move. He gets the revive. Classic Jack putting down Cutter and downing Killatrix. But Lady Gray reviving both Killatrix and Cutter. Now Wu-Tang is putting down Killatrix. Killatrix goes down one more time, and he's done.
Take cover. Everybody take cover. Let's regroup. I've got 11 bullets. I need ammo. Who's got ammo?
I got ammo over here.
Well, now he's completely across the way. This is going to be very dangerous to cross. He survives it still, and still a 4v4 killer tricks. If he goes down one more time, he's done. There's no more revives for him. Oh, and Classic Jack going down. Lady Gray getting those shots.
Right side. Oh shit. Okay, two right. Skull don't engage anymore.
Skull taking out Cutter, eliminating. Now it's 4v3. This is going to put the pressure over on Ratchet Cell. They're going to have to remaneuver themselves to make sure that they stay covered. Killtrix takes one more kill, or one more down, and he's done. Lady Gray taking out Skull Cinema. Dylan reviving Skull Cinema, and Lady Gray is down once again. That's the second time she's down. Pushing in. Classic Jack with the flank. Downing and eliminating Chopper and getting rid of Lady Gray. That is everybody. Now they just got to find the jammers.
Yeah, 1 minute. Did we get everything?
I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, keep kind of looking. Someone help me in here. I need to fucking get the jammer.
So now they only have like 30 seconds left, and they got to find the jammer, which was on top of the light. That was a pretty good placement, actually. Most people think it's going to be under the table, but Ratchet Cell so close, but unable to pull it off. And now it is X-Force 3, Ratchet Cell 0. So far, it's a bit of a one-sided match, but all matches are really, really good. The gunfire is great. People are going down. And the revives are definitely on point. Unfortunately, Ratchet Cell is coming out with no victory today. And I also noticed. I'm going to go back to my page here. PSVR Assassin, thank you for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. It's wonderful. I see that we got 8 viewers in here. Thank you guys for coming on out. I know there are so many other streamers that you could be watching right now, but I appreciate you stopping on in and just hanging out with me while we watch some awesome matches here. Kermat also with the follow. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. I will continue to provide this commentary work as long as you guys keep asking for it and as long as you enjoy it. And I encourage any other Firewall fan who is good with streaming or just good with any kind of streaming software that you get into this and promote this a lot more, because the Firewall 0 Hour could definitely be an esport and be on the big stage. I'd like to see this game at a finals one day where people can actually travel and go to a singular location just to play this game. But I'm doing this because I love it, and I know you guys love it, so I appreciate you stopping on in and showing me love, showing the game love, and showing these teams love. So just another heads up and a reminder, this is going to be 6 matches from the perspective of X-Force and 6 matches from the perspective of Ratchet Cell. Halfway through I will be switching because there was some requests to see from both sides.
No, we're good. Yep, you're good. We needed it. We didn't need it because we're going to block one angle with it.
Alright, going back to the main page.
Okay, Bubba, here. You can get out. Here you go, Bub.
Now, also, just another reminder, this isn't going to be the only match tonight. So if you are planning on hanging around and watching some more Firewall, you're in for a treat because Ratchet Cell has 2 games lined up tonight. This one started at 9 and the next one's going to start at 10:30. So it's just going to roll right into the next. We will have a commercial break.
Okay, so we're having that door open, right?
Yep, this door.
All right, so this is a perfect hold position. This is probably the best hold position, defensive position you can actually have here on this map. It's actually wonderful. There's a neat little trick that I saw some UK players pull. If you put a C4 in the plant there, it's really, really hard to see. No one is expecting to look for it there, and it saves you from blowing up the door. So there's a little, right there in that plant, you can put a C4 and most people don't even look. So most teams actually sit back here and they hold this. Now, I'm more familiar with at least blocking one door. I'm not sure what they did on the other door there, but if you at least block one door, you force the team to move into the other door, and you force them to make a move. Unless they bring a C4 and blow up the door blocker. But X-Force has given Ratchet Cell no reason to believe that they're going to be running with the door blocker. So they're going to place fire down that hall. And then the other two are probably going to be watching and monitoring from the other door, because there are stairs there that teams will go up.
In the most loving of way, I mean that. It's just, you know.
But that's the nice thing about this office, is that it's very large. So if grenades were thrown, you can get out of the way, and there's plenty of room to move. And two, there's only 2 entrances.
We have one.
So they came up the stairs to the right. It happens. It happens.
Let them make the move. Let them make the move. Don't attack. Don't waste the quick. If they come in the hallway,
They're trying to be patient here, telling each other, reminding each other, don't make the move. We're on defense. Run the time. Still holding that hall. They're going to lay down that double fire. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on whoever comes down that hall.
Hell yeah, dude. That's, I mean, fatal funnel.
He peeked it. You saw him? Yep.
Kitchen. He's kitchen.
There's the double fire. Wu-Tang down in Cutter and Killatrix. Chopper getting Killatrix up though. Legray picking Killatrix up again, which means that he's gone down twice. He's got to be careful. Chopper also down.
I'm going behind since you're there now.
Providing that cover fire, allowing Classic Jack to get back in. I believe 3 members of Ratchet Cell are down. There's only 1 team member left.
Definitely 2. I killed 1.
Oh, he's calling that there's 2 team members left.
We got 2 right. 2 right. Yeah, expect 3 then. 2 right for sure. I got eyes on 2 right.
Yeah, one's coming to your guys'
They're peeking
door,
now.
one's coming to my door.
Don't, we don't need to do anything. We don't,
They're calling comms. They still have men up right now. They're working on that door blocker, so that other door is blocked with the door blocker. They don't have any C4s to blow it up, so they're going to sit and wait for that door blocker to break.
You grab cover behind the desk on the laptop. Good, bro. Okay. Because I got cover behind this desk.
I got you.
Oh boy, this is tense. As soon as someone makes a move, all hell's going to break loose, and we're going to see a lot of gunfire. And unless Ratchet Cell comes out with a lot of grenades or just precision headshots, they're going to have a hard time here.
We have no rush, bro.
Yeah, we've got no rush. We can.
There is the rain of grenades. They're pushing through that door.
You're the only person that worries about that door. I'm getting tang if these things go wrong. Grenade on you, bounces. Get back, walk back.
Wu-Tang almost getting taken out with that grenade. That was a nice grenade throw from Ratchet Cell, but they cannot breach that door. There's just too many guns laying there. Dylan taking out Killatrix.
Okay, watch my back.
Dylan dropping another ammo bag. There's ammo bags all over the place. They have no fear of running out of ammo here. But still, Ratchet Cell cannot make a move. They can't breach that door. So one's still sitting at this door and one's sitting at the other door. And if they try to pull a pinch, Classic Jack with a headshot taking Cutter down. But he's not out yet. Cutter finally eliminated Classic, also eliminating Lady Gray. And that's it. Ratchet Cell is down again and lose another match, making the score X-Force 4, Ratchet Cell 0. So far, unfortunately, tonight is a one-sided event between X-Force and Ratchet Cell, but Ratchet Cell's still putting up a good fight. Still putting up a good fight. We have to keep in mind that X-Force is higher on the leaderboard, although not by many points. They are higher on the leaderboard overall, and a tough team definitely to beat. They have a lot of skilled and talented players on that team. Gray Fox 35, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the den.
Fucking bulletproof room.
Right?
God damn it.
It doesn't sound like Lady Gray was too happy with that placement, but you get what you're dealt, and unfortunately they were dealt that opposition.
No, we have that one.
Oh, thank you, Gray Fox. I appreciate that. I'm gonna continue to do my best.
Did he say he's leaving?
All right, check.
I appreciate you guys coming in. We got 2 more matches before we're at the halfway point. And just a reminder, when we're at the halfway point, excuse me, I'm going to be switching over to the perspective of Ratchet Cell. And please do have some patience, as I will have to finagle the screen to make it look right for your viewing. But thank you guys for coming on in. I did notice we were up to about 10 viewers, which is awesome. Very, very awesome. I love having a lot of you guys in here. You know, the bigger the community, the better, and the more support that we give this wonderful game in this wonderful tournament.
You guys picked office.
Yeah, our pick, right? Yeah, we picked office only.
Yeah, it's our map.
If you guys have not yet done so, be sure to hop in there and complete all those operations. There's still plenty of time left to go back and finish ones that you haven't done yet. There are also some operations that can be done in solo. So if you're afraid of trying to get them completed in PvP, be sure to go in PvE and try to finish as many as you can. For instance, a lot of the operations where you have to win on certain maps, you can do in PvE, which I don't know why I didn't know about that. I should have known about that, and I'm sitting there waiting on completing one of them, and I could easily complete it by just doing a PvE match, and yeah, just my bad. But definitely make sure you go back to your operations and check that out and complete them so you can get those awesome trinkets. I'm still working on trying to get that pizza trinket, just because pizza's like one of my favorite foods. I could have it, I don't know, almost all day, every day. So I definitely need that trinket. But I'm loving the skins, the glitch skin, which is all blue. It looks absolutely awesome. All right, so it looks like they're going to be running warehouse.
Well then.
And again, Classic Jack is running with those motion sensors. That is probably the best addition to this game thus far in this dark web update. I've seen more players use the motion sensor than anything else. We did get a new contractor, Kane, and his cool ability is to throw knives. And throwing knives is really, really cool. You get 3 of them, and you can down or fell an enemy rather quickly. But you have to be so darn accurate with it, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it's worth it. But in PvE, it may be a little bit easier. You can probably catch some of the enemies off guard, see them from behind, and throw those knives and start really getting good with that accuracy. But in a PvP like this, where you're playing against top tier players, it's really hard to get those throwing knives out and get them accurate. So you don't see many people running with Kane. You don't see many people running with Ruby, whose primary skill is only to, essentially steal. She's a thief. So there's really no use for those two that often, unless you're playing in PvE. Still cool contractors. We all still really love them, but they don't serve much of a purpose. You'll see more people running with Diaz, Miko, Akoro, Raha. Those are some of the primaries. So that's who we see more often than not, and we see a lot of the motion sensor. We don't see a lot of any, we'll see jammers here and there. Ratchet Cell's been using jammers, which is awesome. We don't see a lot of proximity mines, and people rarely throw flashes and bangs. If anything, they'll throw them as a last resort because that's all they have left. I have to go back and check to see whether or not I've seen Texas in these matches. In fact, I think Texas is on this team right now. Yeah, I think that's her. I never play as Texas, so I am so not familiar with her, which is unfortunate. But I guess she's run quite often as well.
Back. I'm back. We're in party chat still? No, I was in game. No, we're in game chat.
All right, so they're sitting right there at the red door, and that's kind of a dangerous push. That's kind of a dangerous push. People are often, the defensive team is often hiding there. These tanks are really good cover, except for when the grenades come over. You don't have much room to run, except backwards into them. You could move left or right, but if placed right, those grenades can be very deadly sitting behind the tank. So it doesn't look like Ratchet Cell is pushing. They're actually going to be sitting back here. They probably posted up closer to the back of that particular area of warehouse. If anything, I could see them being on the platform. And they're looking, we've got 2 on the left from where Classic Jack is looking. There's probably 2 in the back left and 2 in the back right. And they're just looking down those alleys and calling comms. Wu-Tang and Classic are moving together. No, it looks like they're all moving as a squad. Wu-Tang shooting through the fence, taking down Killa, but he's only downed. He's not out. Grenades are out. Cutter picking up Killatrix. Wu-Tang putting Killatrix back down, and Cutter being eliminated. Killatrix being eliminated with one grenade. That's 2 down. Lady Grey taking out Classic Jack. But there is a revive there, and Lady Grey is down, but not out. Dylan also down. He's completely eliminated. It's still 3v3 now, or 3v2. Classic taking down Chopper and eliminating him. And Dylan finishing off Lady Grey. Now they're looking for jammers. Skull calling out where you can hear the jammer sound. And that's it. The laptop is open, and X-Force walking away with yet another one. Yes, that is a good point, Gray Fox. There is a chance, now that they have been winning so much, making the score X-Force 5 and Ratchet Cell 0, they will probably push a little bit more, knowing that they, you know, sometimes when you're doing well, you become overconfident. And that can be the demise of a team. If they become a little too confident, then they can lose a match. And I have a feeling X-Force is going to want to try to ace this entire game and shut Ratchet Cell out.
Didn't do any damage, like, to me. I don't know.
That's crazy, eh, Killa?
I better take your word. I will take your word. I will take your word. Facebook official page. Hopefully you'll get some more of. Thank you very much, Assassin. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. That's really awesome. Love that support. Alright, so now that's 5-0. We'll be playing this last match, and I'll be switching over, and I'll switch over as quickly as I possibly can to Ratchet Cell. We'll watch from their perspective. So he's been running with Kruger a lot. I think he ran with CQB that first round, and unless he was going with Kruger the whole time, they have a very similar barrel, you know, having all those attachments. It's a shorter barrel, but from his perspective, it kind of looks similar to the CQB. Look who's back. Back again. It's Jay. Welcome to the stream, Jay. Thanks for joining me, man. I know it's late, but...
Oh, poor Frank.
Let's see, he's pulling out some impacts here, and he's running again with the motion sensor. I don't think he's not going to run with the motion sensor. He's running with a Koro to take that extra frag damage. One more match in the warehouse, and X-Force is now defending. Since it was in that back area, I believe it's going to be in the middle where those platforms are with the offices. That's going to be my guess where the laptop is going to be. I'm sure that's exactly how Ratchet Cell is feeling, Kermit. Wow, it's in the same spot. That's okay. It's in the same spot. So where we saw X-Force spawn for the attack, that's where Ratchet Cell is coming from. So they're pushing up, being awfully aggressive here.
Everybody just be super mindful. Once you grab cover, take a look left and right. Just make sure you're safe. That's a new stupid thing I learned, but it's so smart.
So Classic just reminding his team to cover their own butts. And they're going to be watching every entryway here. Primarily the middle. I think Ratchet Cell will be coming on Classic's side. This is a popular side to push because you got so much cover with this little hallway there. And in that little hallway next to Classic, so you could probably see it there, there are stairs there that are, you know, it's very popular point of attack. So he's trying to use these shelves as cover the best he can. He's going to have to get a good beat on whoever walks through that door. Gunfire down the middle. Dylan taking out Chopper, but Killatrix reviving him.
to the left door.
with exceptional speed.
No,
Hopefully Ratchet Cell will re-strategize and consider not going in that direction. If they moved in Classic's direction, they might stand a chance of getting a little bit of a push.
I got nothing on my sensor unless they're all running ghost. I got a sensor right there. That's where, so I should be able to see to there. And if they're up top. God, I'm drunk. This is fun.
So I did hear that the higher you put the motion sensor, the more effective it is. Yeah, there's contact.
Fire in the hole, suck one. Oh, it's an impact. I'm an idiot.
he's pissed off about that grenade throw. So they're trying to push here because it's pretty clear that there's fewer enemies on this side.
I got 2 on my door. That means there's 2 that could be spread. 3 on my door, 4 on my door, 4 on my door.
So the whole Ratchet Cell team is pushing on Classic Jack's side. He's trying to communicate for the people on the other end to push a little bit harder, but it looks like they're just going to hold their ground. They're not going to push. They're going to wait for people to come. And that's probably one of the best tactics to do on defense. If you have good cover, you just run the time. Just remember, it's their time. You're waiting for them. Wait for them to make the bad move. And that is exactly what X-Force is doing, waiting for that bad move to be made. There is nothing but open body shots through that door. However, they did get a few good hits on Classic Jack here. He's fighting for his life. He's looking a bit red. He's going to have to back off and cease fire for a little bit, giving Ratchet Cell an opportunity to move in. He's trying to blind fire, scare them away. That's a good tactic, but Wu-Tang moving in to provide that support. Again, getting red. Those hit markers are really pushing Classic Jack back. Getting hit. Classic Jack went down. I don't know where they were shooting from, but boy, they were getting those shots. Probably shooting at his feet there. That was beautiful. That was just beautiful.
Red and green guy. Red and green guy.
He's right there.
Classic Jack may find it better to move to a different position. This is a very dangerous position to be in, especially if they're able to get a grenade off. He's backing up slowly, making sure he has that cover of the box. He doesn't want to get tripped up by accidentally getting in the way of gunfire. Chopper putting down Wu-Tang Shinobi and eliminating him. Now it's 4v3. Ratchet Cell moving in, limiting X-Force one by one. They still have plenty of time to move in, but the clock is ticking. 1 minute left. If they don't make a move soon, they could lose this one by default. Classic putting down Chopper, but Cutter with the revive, moving in, grenades out. Zillin putting down Chopper, Killertrix picking up Chopper. Ratchet Cell is moving in, Chopper putting down Dylan, eliminating him. Classic Jack also down, and all of X-Force is down. Ratchet Cell moving in like rolling thunder. All 4 still alive. Holy cow. And capitalizing on that moment where one person on X-Force went down and they all blitzed the middle, eliminating the rest of the team members. Now they just have to look for the jammer. There was no jammer. We know this. And Ratchet Cell finally on the board. X-Force with 5. Ratchet Cell 1. All right. So it sounds like they're going to be going to newsroom. Now this is the part where I'm going to have to move fast. I hope. If it doesn't work out, then it's not working out. But I will do my best to try to get you that other perspective, so please bear with me. Yes, get rid of that. Hope you guys are enjoying your stay. If you like what you're seeing and you want more, be sure to hit that follow button and you will be entertained further with more of this commentary. Is his not up? It doesn't look like I'm able to access it, which is strange, because it's not showing up there, unfortunately. All right, so I'm sorry guys, I feared that was going to happen. YouTube is just unfortunately that way. I struggle with YouTube. That's why I stream on Twitch for now until things get better on YouTube. And we're going to be going back to watch from X-Force's perspective They are switching hosts right now. So in the meantime, we're going to take a short break, and I will see you guys when we return.
Left side.
Multiple hostiles incoming. Time to earn your keep.
Black Cat Off is live.
Move in, move in, move in. Making my way to the stairs inside. Alright, let's get in position for breach. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Enemy down. Move it up, move it up.
30 seconds remaining.
Found the access point over here.
10 seconds remaining.
Hostile KIA.
Data transfer is live.
Oh. Best place.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
who was last place?
What are we picking?
You guys want to do, what was it? Fuck. District?
Sure.
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 Oh,
I'll be right
yeah.
back.
Alright. Send invites to these guys now.
Thank you. NAFWL TV provided me this link. I was expecting there to be a longer break.
Oh, yeah.
They've been rushing together, right?
They're all together.
Yeah.
Does your
Some
battery
use
deliver extra
frags.
life or extra?
Because basically, anywhere we hold, we funnel them. Where we hold from anywhere.
Okay,
we
this
frag them
works.
down to at least hit something.
This works. Okay, give me a second, folks. I'm going to get this up and working. We're going to watch from Ratchet Cell's perspective.
Oh, with 2 of us already bringing them? No, I'll stick to impact.
I've got frags for sure.
Yeah.
Just
That's
a little
the only reason I
finagling,
don't
like I
think
said.
stickers,
Please,
most of the people that, you know, we're playing against,
please,
they're shooting 'em.
Oh, yeah.
pardon me
Especially if
here.
they're just sitting still.
It's part of the gig.
Yeah,
I don't have
it's
anything
easy to
formal,
shoot.
so I have to do all this nice and quick.
sent
I
you
really
one.
only
Dare
use
you.
stickies against.
Top
person on the
was
team
what,
that's here.
70?
I just sent you one.
Right.
Oh,
was
Going offline and all that
So
stuff.
it's
20? Nope.
so you guys gonna beat me up in an alley now or something?
Exactly. We're starting now.
I
Please
think.
no.
Launch
Wait,
Three,
let me get my
2,
shotgun
1.
first. If we're doing this, I get to be ninja in a shotgun.
There we
and
go.
then- Okay.
Well, let's fill this screen and let's get a
Have
nice
it either way,
big
it can be Burger King, but
perspective
whatever.
here.
Secretly, all allies of Seabass, and we've come to take over.
How dare you and your hyper
Top, I think we needed 80. There we go.
I'm happy that video survived this long. Wow.
I just saw it for the first time like last week.
All right, how's that look?
Fuck yeah. Well, I had my first
Is a firewall yes, the firewall trailer. So I try to provide some
Jack's video.
Yeah.
you know in between commercial type stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking love that video.
But they were so quick to come back
that I had my
that
Yeah.
I didn't really have time to show you guys that stuff.
You know, I had heard so much
But
like
definitely
that
in
stuff, and it was
between
funny
this
'cause
match and the
like,
next
I was having fun
match.
beating him that night, and then it ended with like.
Ooh, whoops. Sorry about that. 5-1. In between the matches, X-Force is 5 and Ratchet Cell 1. In between this match and the next match, we're going to probably have
There's also
some.
too some of it that I was like,
sent
it
an
also
invite, right,
sounds
Claude?
kind of malicious. Oh yeah, I did.
Why is that so
But it was
loud?
also too is like some of the other stuff is it kind of sounded.
That is
malicious
really
anyways.
loud.
So I was like, I'm not gonna put like that in it.
We're gonna
So I
have
make it sound
some
like
breaks,
he's like a
some
total
commercials, some
dick.
stuff
So I
of
just,
that
like, I
sort.
just wanted it to sound like fun.
Also, yes, hi
we did to
SoFlo,
him,
welcome,
right?
dude.
No, what'd you
Thanks
do?
for stopping on in, man.
Oh no, no! It was literally like a week or so before yours.
I hope you're doing well.
On them, and so what happened? Like we went against them, and they did the whole countdown.
So it
right?
looks
like
like
in
some
the
of the
last couple
team members
seconds, and
still
then
aren't
backed
here
out on us,
yet.
right? And
That
we
is a
didn't know it
great
till we watched
emote.
their stream, like,
What is that,
okay,
Spider
she's back
Pig?
in Dallas. So we were, or they were hosts, and they were defending, right?
Good,
So
man, good.
we just threw a whole bunch of noisemakers and grenades and all that shit and backed out of the lobby while they were on D.
So again, thank you guys for coming on out. I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of support for this. If anyone, I don't have to be the only one doing it. I'd love to see a lot more players doing this, and I know that there's been a request to co-host. I have been working on trying to figure out that co-host situation, and unfortunately, I've run into some issues getting access to certain things. I'm hoping in the near future I'll be able to have a co-host, maybe a couple of co-hosts, maybe not at one time, but for different matches. So definitely expect that in the future. If you have any other requests or recommendations that you want to make that I could possibly implement and make this a little bit better for your entertainment, please do let me know. Don't hesitate. I take constructive criticism well, as long as it's constructive and not insulting. The whole point is just to make sure that this is better for everyone's sake.
Oh man, I can mine some stuff.
Thank you, SoFlo. Appreciate that. I love that I'm doing it. I'm very happy that the leaders of the North American Firewall League posted the announcements as early as they did, because I was able to orchestrate my night around it. So for those who are not part of the North American Firewall League and are unaware of what matches are actually occurring, there is another match happening right now, I think. There's going to be another match at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it's Ratchet who's going to be playing. So we're going to be looking from Ratchet perspective for the remainder of the evening. I was checking to see if there was another broadcast for the next game against the Goon Platoon, but it doesn't seem as though anyone from Goon Platoon is actually streaming. But I do have an NAFWL TV in here, so if I am wrong and there is a link from the Goon Platoon, I'd love to have it. And I'd love to try and incorporate that, just like I've incorporated X-Force in this one. So it looks like all the members of each team are here. What map are they going to? They have 14 maps. That is crazy to say, isn't it? It's just crazy to say there are 14 maps in Firewall. 14 maps. That is a lot. I don't know if anyone remembers, but this game's only a year old, and they already have 14 maps.
Wait. Okay, wait.
A dozen contractors, so many different guns. Yes, 10:30.
Okay, at the end of the
Yes, I know. That is totally unlike me, Jay, but the opportunity's here, and this is an opportunity I wanted to take to actually have both games, and Ratchet is playing both of them, so it's going to be an easy transition from this game to the next. And the nice thing, Jay, is that each map is unique. I mean, there's some similarities between Compound and Hotel, with the layouts being obviously rooms, long corridors, and some open spaces, but they're still unique in their own right. They're just awesome, and I think that's one of the best things about this game is every map is unique, every gun is unique, every contractor is unique. You don't see two things that look too similar, and holy crap, his headset is up to 25. That's remarkable.
It's all about that. It's all about that.
And you'll find, as you guys are talking about Rainbow Six Siege, yes, they're very, very similar, and I believe this game was heavily inspired by Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, some similarities are the revive pistols. Obviously, Rainbow Six Siege has the lean aim down sight, but you don't need that in VR. So, but yes, there are a lot of similarities. All right, so now looking from Ratchet Cell's perspective, this is going to be interesting. I'm so used to just seeing from one team's perspective for the entire night. Since they're down 4, I wonder how they're going to communicate and how they're going to turn things around in the second half here. So we got Cutter, the Lady Grey, Chopper, and Killatrix. This is a great spot to hold. If you hold those back alleys, 2 on one side and 2 on the other, you can do fairly well on a defense here. They put a motion sensor up near those stone wall, so that's definitely good. They're going to be able to see them move from there, giving them the freedom to move around to the back here.
Okay.
That alley is very, very dangerous. If you have two people pushing from the front there and two people pushing from that alley that they're next to where Lady Grey and Killatrix are, that is a very dangerous pinch because they can fire from that middle and then people from the alley can just push. I myself have found myself caught in that predicament. It sounds like Chopper was not going to hang around.
Okay, they're moving up on me now. They're moving up on me now.
They're over near the marketplace, so they're pushing this far end. And they're going to sit back here. They're just going to aim down sight, and they're going to play the long game. Killatrix getting hit, seeing red. Dangerous. He's got to be careful that he doesn't get downed right away. He gets down right away. He doesn't have a lot of support there, and it's going to put his teammates in a terrible, terrible position. Chopper launching those grenades, hoping to get some hits, but there's some hit markers on him. Killatrix laying the cover fire so Chopper can get back. He should duck back into that market a lot more. He doesn't have a lot more hits that he can actually take before he goes down. They're focused on Lady Grey back there, and she is holding her own.
How are you on ammo, Gray? How are you on ammo, Gray? Oh shit, I'm down. Oh shit, I'm down. I was to the right. I didn't know I was to the right. I'm out.
Killatrix going down and eliminated. No one there to revive him. He had to be very, very careful, and unfortunately, did not work out for him.
Shit, he got me. Headshot.
Okay, they're all there. They're all cutter.
Okay, Jay. They're all moving towards the market, and they're telling Cutter to push the flank. They are not looking for that. Looked like someone was looking down.
You have one on the left side of the wall, Cutter. Three are by the car. You got three are by the car. Throw grenades at the car. Throw grenades at the car. Throw grenades at the car. Grenades at the car. Beautiful, beautiful.
Cutter moving up from behind. He's already eliminated one, but unfortunately he could not eliminate enough of them, and they turn around, find him, and end him. Chopper reviving Lady Grey, but Lady Grey going down. Chopper getting another revive. He's got to lay out that cover fire and protect Lady Grey. She's behind the wall. One sitting behind the car. That is perfect cover. One behind the wall, sitting back.
They're in the store. No, I do. Actually.
There's at least one person in that store. So right now it's 3 against 2.
Okay, let's get some eyes, guys.
They got to watch that flank. Lady Grey moving into position to protect him from that flank.
Tar out of that dude. How the hell, man? I don't.
But now all 3 of them are in this alley. 2 behind the car.
You can roll a frag to the back of the car.
It'd be smart if they just retreated and sat back and ran the time. But no, they're going to sit here and they're going to play that gunfire game.
One pushing back center for a flank. He's far,
really,
far.
Chopper and Lady Grey should push back. They should run the clock.
Yeah, let's do that.
They should run and hide.
How far back? And
they're pushing back.
Mid by the yellow cab, yeah.
Okay.
They're going to go try to take care of that flank. Now, X-Force has to know that they have comms.
Shit, they're in there with the
bottom of crow's nest behind the yellow cab still. Yeah, I think they're in store. They're in store, guys. The other guys.
They're coming.
He's by himself. He is right of yellow cab.
Lady Grey all by herself. They are split up big time here. They cannot support each other. Wu-Tang and Chopper downing each other. Lady Grey getting the revive. This might help them capitalize. Classic Wu-Tang downed. Chopper
turn around quick.
Down as well. Lady Grey and Chopper with one more to kill.
On the laptop. One right side. He just pushed back left.
Oh, fuck.
Lady Grey going down. Dylan taking her out and eliminating her completely. Chopper the last. Dylan also eliminating Chopper and taking it for X-Force. Holy cow. Dylan saving X-Force from another loss, making the score X-Force 6 and Ratchet Cell 1. That was tough. Ratchet Cell came back very strong, but unfortunately couldn't take the win. Sorry, I'm going back into the chat. I clearly missed some stuff, so I apologize. Let me just go back.
My heart is racing.
There was 11 at launch. They've added a lot of content since then. To be honest, I've never played Rainbow Six Siege, but I do watch it since it is an esport. So, you know, I'm going to have to look into that. We were looking at X-Force, and it had X-Force logo, and you changed it when you changed perspective. Oh, thanks, Jay. Yeah, it's those little details that matter.
Yeah, I know, so did I.
Motherfucker.
Hired for season 2. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It gives me a lot of confidence knowing that people care.
I didn't realize realized it was just the one guy.
Paying crypto. Yes, please. I'm trying to buy everything in the game. Everything that I can purchase with crypto, and I don't even have 100,000. I keep spending it on stuff. Crypto would be great. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. That's really nice of you to compliment me that much. I don't know what you guys see, but I'm doing it for your entertainment. As long as you're happy, I'll keep going. So they're going to run district again, and this time Ratchet Cell is going to be attacking. Now, I haven't paid attention to who they were playing. It looks like they have a Koro, at least one Koro. Wow, someone's running with Kane. That's interesting. I don't really see that often, not even in public matches. I don't see Kane being run. Looks like 2 Okoros, 3 Okoros, and a Kane.
Dogs have been going ape shit, so I had to get my shotgun out. There might be a coyote.
Oh, like the real one?
You know the EHG in this game?
Oh, jeez.
It's that gun, but not full auto, semi-auto.
They're talking about, Chopper's talking about possibly having a coyote in his backyard, getting his real-life shotgun ready just in case. And I'm pretty certain they're all running with CQBs here, again, most popular. But we did see Classic Jack running with the Kruger, which was pretty awesome. I don't see people run with the Kruger much. It's usually the CQB, HCU, or some offshoot weapon. I do see Kruger more often than I see any other gun. Now, Shoot House is usually a shotgun central, so. But they haven't run Shoot House. It doesn't sound like they're going to run Shoot House, but almost in every match that I've watched so far, Shoot House has been run at least once. So now we're 7 matches in. This is the 8th match. I should say 8th round in this match between X-Force and Ratchet Cell. So far, X-Force is dominating over Ratchet Cell with 6 wins and only 1 loss. However, Ratchet Cell is not laying down lightly and just taking it. They're putting up a serious fight, and unfortunately just unable to capitalize in the end. They almost had that match, that round last time. They got so close, but unfortunately Dylan was able to win it for X-Force, soloing it at the laptop.
Right side. Yeah, we did better when we shut it down.
So they're going to push far right. This is relatively, I would say this is a smart move. There's a lot of cover here, and not a lot of counterpoints.
The time is off. Like I'm seeing them after I'm already getting hit.
Sounds like they're having issues with networking. That's what it sounds like. There might be some network issues.
Yeah, I think we need to just fucking run. I don't know.
They're getting flustered. They don't know what else to do. It seems as though their strategies aren't working, so they're thinking of just pushing really hard.
Okay.
They put up a motion sensor to see if anyone's in the middle, but we don't know where the laptop is yet. So they're putting up these sensors before getting the firewalls, which is kind of dangerous because they could very well be nowhere near where those sensors are. And they're probably, oh, you know what? I don't think the attacking team can, or the defending team can see the firewalls anymore. Sitting at those points, I'm pretty certain they took those away.
They backed off to the left towards the store. I don't see anybody else.
So some people, it seems as though, are sitting near the market. They counted only one person. The smart choice would be going down the alley that they were closest to, the stairs that brought them up, and then they can flank back around and get them from up top. If you get that top view advantage, you can really dominate a team and have the most coverage.
Yeah, they're here.
They're sitting at the market here. All the way in the back. They've got to use that car as cover. Cutter downing Skull Cinema.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he's being revived by Wu-Tang.
He's up, so don't worry about it.
All right, so they got good cover. I think we should.
They're reconsidering their strategy, so it seems as though they're going to be pushing further to the right.
Let's go right. Let's go right.
1, 2, 3 lasers on this side, so there's 3 people.
Let's go right side, guys.
But they need to be careful.
What do you want to do? Just go all the way around?
Because they can only count 1 or 2 people sitting in that back alley. There could be 2 more sitting watching the 6. Right where Chopper and killer tricks are moving. They have to be careful because there could be someone looking down that way. Just as I called it, Chopper is getting into a firefight.
All the way back.
Can we get in there or no?
They could move up a little closer. There's an alley really close to them, right there. If they go through there, they could get a little bit more leverage by getting in close. Chopper chucking out grenades, hoping that will be a distraction, distracting enough that they can move in a little bit closer.
Oh, mine's fucker.
Lady Gray and Cutter probably taking some damage.
I'm watching the back.
Hack it.
They're working on that hack, and X-Force is waiting for this hack to occur so they can move in.
All right, back off if need. Back off if you need to. Back off, Chops. Back off, Chops.
I'm hurt. There's multiple.
That's fine.
They're gonna wait for them to waste their ammo,
Yeah, I don't like
but X-Force is they're all gonna blitz at once. Dylan putting down Chopper and Killtrix putting down Dylan.
Bullshit, dude. Bull fucking shit, man.
Oh, god damn it. It's okay.
My darts aren't fucking working.
Oh my gosh, so much was happening there. I couldn't call it out. But X-Force getting trapped in that alleyway there. Dylan reviving Classic. Dylan putting down Cutter. But Dylan also is going down, and so is Skull Cinema. Still, 3 members of Ratchet Cell are up, and they're hacking away at that laptop.
Construction, 2 construction.
Now they have eyes in the sky and paying attention to where X-Force is. X-Force is going to try to push the market again. They were unsuccessful the first time, and now they have 3 people pointing their guns at him. Wu-Tang getting put down, but now Classic Jack is eliminated after reviving his partner, and Wu-Tang is put down and completely eliminated now, and I believe that is it. Ratchet Cell taking another win, making the score X-Force 6 and Ratchet Cell 2.
It's Firewall, buddy. This.
It's Firewall. You hear that a lot. You hear that a lot. It's Firewall. I'm backing out. Give me a second. I'm going to come back to Slabs here. Welcome everybody. I see that there are 10 viewers here. This is fantastic. Thank you guys for coming on in. I appreciate it. Stay tuned if you want to watch more Firewall. We are now 8 rounds into this match between Ratchet Cell and X-Force. Oh, you're gonna have to help me. Crypto Rex, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the den. So in this match between Ratchet Cell and X-Force, right now X-Force is in the lead with 6, and Ratchet Cell has 2. So that's 8 rounds down in this match. But stay tuned because right after, Ratchet Cell will be facing the Goon Platoon, and we will review who is on that team during that transition, or when we come back from break, which hopefully I have enough content for you guys to watch while we're on break, and I do plan on adding more. Right now I'm focusing on the smaller things to make this the best experience for you guys. But I will be finding other commercial content. I might start including some other VR things that may be unrelated to Firewall. But I'm going to try to keep it as Firewall focused as possible. But thank you guys for coming on in. I really appreciate it. If there's anything that you want me to do different or do better, or anything that you would like me to add, please let me know. Because this is for your viewing pleasure, and I want to make it the best viewing for you. You guys are what matter. They're going to Newsroom. This is one of my favorite maps. This is the newly released map for this season. Cargo is coming up soon. It's right around the corner. But this is the second time that I've seen Newsroom be selected in a tournament match. I'm not saying that it hasn't been selected before, but in all the matches that I've watched, I've only seen it once, maybe twice. So it's very rare for this map to be picked, and even rarer is Hangar. I almost never see Hangar picked in one of these tournament matches. I have seen Fob a little bit more. I've seen a lot of Containment. People really enjoy Containment, but Newsroom I think people need to get used to. They need to familiarize themselves with it. Start recognizing the spawn points before they could actually use this as a tournament map.
Completely over with, and he was just, in a down state, and I'm just shooting his ass with half a mag.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. He had to lay a lot of bullets into whoever that player was that he was shooting in the alleyway there. wasted most of his ammo. But he does have to remember that while the person is going into the down state, there is some invulnerability there, like invincibility there, that even if you shoot at them, they're not going to take damage until they're in a full down state. So you have to conserve your ammo, wait for them to go into the full down state before you start firing again. I think he was getting antsy because the rest of his team, rest of the opposing team was there right behind him, and he really just wanted to get that elimination. So that's a very dangerous spot to have the laptop. The X-Force team is either going to be coming up into this exact room, or they're going to push from the room below. Those are two of the best positions to push from, and the spawn point where they spawn sets them up very well to push from that position. Now, since they run a lot of motion sensors, they should have a motion sensor in this room watching below them. And this is probably the best spot that you can hold in this map because you have the high ground. And there's only 2 doors that you can come through. Now, the only drawback with sitting in this room is that it's very small. And if they're running frags, and those frags can bounce around, you can still be put in a vulnerable position. So there's not a lot of room to take cover or to move. Also, sitting here, they're both looking out the window. But if his teammate to his right needed to move, he's in the way, and there's not a lot of maneuverability. So you have to be very precise with your movements, and you have to have very good communications here.
Anything else except just fucking King of the Hill line.
They're laughing. They're having a good time. Despite being on the losing end of this fight, they're still enjoying themselves, and that's what it's about, isn't it, guys? If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
So it's like, that's enough of this shit.
X-Force is definitely taking their time.
I don't know if that was me or not.
No, I think that was you.
They are moving slow. We were watching from their perspective, and at first they do take their time. They try to figure out what is the best route that they can take to base their attack. So we definitely won't see any rush here. But as soon as gunfire starts, X-Force is gonna figure out what strategy is best.
You just went to the right side too. 2's there at the window. I got a bail.
In the opposing room, there's at least 2 members of the X-Force. He's got a couple of hit markers on him. Killtrix needs to step back. He is seeing red. He's got to let Chopper start shooting. Skull Cinema is down. Lady Grey is also down, but the revives are up. Wu-Tang down Chopper. Chopper's got to get out of there. They got to lay cover fire, allow him the opportunity to get out. Don't yet. They're trying to sit back now. Let them waste their ammo.
How does that happen? I don't get it.
Back up. Or to the right. Or
there's a chair in my way.
So they're allowing them to waste their ammo. They are playing time here, which is the smart thing to do.
That's fine. I mean, if they get to the laptop, they're open. You know what I mean? Fuck them. They'll be sitting ducks out there.
So yeah, they're waiting for them to move on the laptop because they have the perspective, the higher perspective, and they have more cover that way. So if they move down to the laptop, Ratchet Cell's got clear view of them and can lay serious fire. 2 members look like they're moving up.
I'm down.
Oh, Dylan putting down killer tricks, but there's a revive. Exactly like I said, those grenades can be dangerous. Cutter getting picked up. Killtrix throwing those grenades out and eliminating all of X-Force in one fell swoop. Raining grenades, raining bullets, and now the score is X-Force 6 and Ratchet Cell 3. Ratchet Cell is coming up from a losing game here. Getting point after point. I think that was 3 straight wins. No, 2 straight wins. 2 straight wins, and they're coming back full force. Newsroom is definitely their room, but let's see if they can actually do the same thing on attack. Very, very well done.
Holy.
Very, very well done.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
You son of a bitch.
So for all those firewall players in chat right now, I have a question. what is your favorite map?
Throw mine. I feel fucking left
And
out
who
of
is your favorite contractor?
Alright, I'm going party chat. Fuck y'all. Alright, I love you.
So far, my favorite map
Fuck 'em.
out of all of them,
I'm still looking
now we're
for it.
attacked.
it's so close to being Newsroom, but it's not. It's FOB. And my favorite contractor is Skip. He'll always be my favorite contractor.
Just so you guys know. You
But
talk like
that's
that through the
I always
entire-
play Skip when I'm on defense. He has that extra ammo, and I also run scout with him
Oh
usually.
yeah, that's right. the Party chat.
But yeah, shoot in the chat what your favorite map is and who your favorite contractor is, and I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to say why. But FOB is so far my favorite map because of the weather mechanics they put into it, the size of the map, Assassin Embassy and Miko. I'm gonna guess Miko because of her ninja, and a lot of people are loving that ninja skill. An Embassy,
Because of Hank Hill.
I can see a lot of people liking Embassy.
I'm barbecuing all.
The Embassy and Warehouse are probably my worst. That and Containment as well. I'm not very good at those maps. I can just never find a good point. However, on Embassy, I like the kitchen spot, but everybody sits it. If you have the laptop in the kitchen, most people sit on the balcony and protect the balcony. So, that's a normal tactic, and I also run that tactic. But at the same time, I feel like there's not a heck of a lot of cover.
Okay. All right, they're ready.
But that's cool, man. Embassy and Miko.
3, 2, 1, and we're going.
All right, let's go back to the main page here. District, says Gray Fox. I like long shoot outside. Awesome, so you must be a fantastic shot. Texas with heavy duty. Tank build hard to kill. Amen to that. So if you have, well, the CQB has great accuracy, and so does the HCU. They both have great accuracy, but in terms of their distance, so Gray, in District, since you like those long shootouts, what gun do you run?
Today on CP24.
I am loving this newsroom map. It's very large. There's a lot of stairwells. There's a lot of rooms. Then the nice thing that First Contact Entertainment has done is put extreme amounts of detail in each one of their maps. There's so many details. I mean, the TVs and monitors are working. They actively work throughout the entire match. They have a bunch of these bookshelves, random seats. It's just awesome. Awesome. Little details matter.
Okay, not too far.
That's a pretty good spot, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
For us.
It's not as good as they've been getting.
Yeah.
So where they're going to push from, I don't know. Again, even they're uncertain whether or not that's good for them. They're not confident with the position of the laptop here. People are still not as familiar with the newsroom as they are with some of the other maps.
There's a door blocker on this door.
Okay.
So right now they're just trying to get their coordinates, figure out which way they need to go. There's a door blocker over here, which means they're pushed to a specific choke point where probably all of X-Force's guns are pointed now.
All right. All right, let's go around.
All right, so Lady Grey and Killertrix are moving, and it looks like the rest of the team is moving as well. They're going to try to push around to the other side and see if they can get them from behind, which is smart because if that door blocker is up and they're pushed to a choke point, I mean, they're just ultimately going to lose.
All right.
Especially with how accurate some of those grenades have been by X-Force.
Don't forget to watch live. They just threw a sensor up on this door.
All right.
Double door sensor.
So they probably heard the footsteps because they were all sprinting, and no one is running Ninja right now, so they threw a sensor up, and now X-Force knows the position of Ratchet Cell here.
All right. There's one moving on my sensor.
Yeah,
Sorry, my allergies are kicking up, so I'm kind of rubbing my nose quite a bit. Sorry about that.
Let's check this room.
Killertrix is a popular man, getting some invites there. Alright, so they're pushing a hard flank here. They're going to literally try to push from behind. Cutter going to peek, make sure no one's down the hall. There's another door blocked over here. So they are really pushing Ratchet Cell to move to a specific choke point where they're all probably paying attention and aiming their guns toward.
If you see anything pop open, let us know. We'll come.
Yep.
I've got bounce.
So now that he's working on that door blocker, he's drawing the attention away to that side, and Killitrix is moving towards the double doors to make sure there is no flank.
Distract him a little bit or what?
Cutter engaging with the enemy here,
Are you guys
being
good?
forced to
What's going on?
retreat.
Yeah, we're good. They just I'm just shooting grenades. There's one race corner.
I've got the door blocker off on this side.
Oh, they
I hear him by the
Both door blockers are off, so they're all kind of
we got
spread
2
out
minutes,
here.
guys.
Either they regroup or they are
So there's one
in serious danger. They are limiting how the revive opportunities here by being so split up. They need to re-squad and figure out their next approach, because now both door blockers are off.
Okay, I'm gonna pop it, kill.
They have a better opportunity now. Chopper is going to open the door, laying fire. Killitrix downing Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang getting picked back up, but Killitrix putting him back down. Wu-Tang once again revived.
I'm out of grenades.
Couple grenades out, getting some hit markers, but not downing anyone. X-Force also throwing out some grenades of their own. Gunfire still going on.
I'm down.
Killitrix down.
Watch out, guys. I'm down again.
Gotta lay that cover fire, but Wu-Tang taking out Killitrix and Cutter, making it a 4v2. Lady Gray and Skull Cinema last up.
3 of them right.
My apologies. Lady Gray and Chopper. Skull Cinema's on the other team.
Get out of there. Get out of there. You got one close. He's closing the north now. Yeah. I think you guys.
Red as fuck.
Yeah, heal up.
They don't have much time left.
It's time though, kill. We got 30 seconds, brother.
Yeah.
They either push and make their move now, or they just lose by default.
Yeah.
Behind it. I'm down. Doors closed.
Chopper down.
2 at the door.
They're gonna push. They're gonna wipe the rest of Ratchet Cell here. Lady Gray trying to take down Classic Jack, but there's a revive there. Lady Gray standing her own, at least getting one elimination, taking one elimination with her at the end of this match. Only 10 seconds left. Lady Gray not gonna be able to take it for Ratchet Cell here. Good hold on X-Force's part. Good effort by Lady Gray. She just trying to open the door and lay fire, but she got one elimination. Good effort on Ratchet Cell's part. They just took too long to strategize there. Now making the score, what were we at? 7-3. Ratchet Cell 3, X-Force 7. We got 2 more rounds here. Stay tuned. And what time is it? It's 10:30 now, so immediately after this game, we will be switching over to the next match, which will be against the Goon Platoon. SoFlo, I'm loving that emote, dude. Oh, Gray Fox, let me read what you wrote here. You're going to CQB, no question, HDU. Yet there's definitely a medium range at best. However, FC changed the damage calculations.
What are we doing?
Even close range, HDU is now underwhelming. That's probably why I stopped using it, because I was noticing a difference, which is unfortunate as I liked it for smaller maps. I did too. I loved the HDU. In fact, I ran with that for so long. Until recently, I want to say at least the past 2 or 3 months, I started running CQB and noticed a significant difference. In smaller maps like Shoot House, I'm actually running the Raptor. I don't like shotguns. There's very little ammo, and it's too much of a spread shot, and you gotta be super close. At least the Raptor, it's close to medium range, so I can still shoot down a hall a little bit. See, Shoot House, it's in at least every match. So the Raptor is becoming one of my favorite on the short maps.
Hey, does,
The HCU is a powerhouse. It was a fantastic gun.
Take this.
Especially if you ran with Iceman.
I want to take one of these.
Yeah, your aim was so precise. The HCU was a monster to play with.
I'm having doubts about the map.
They're not confident with Shoot House. Anyone who's played Shoot House knows it's a 50-50 chance.
We can do it.
Everybody loves the Shit House.
Yeah. Even Hank.
They're just waiting for the other team to get prepared. It looks like they're sitting here waiting. They got a door blocker and a C4. Got at least one jammer. They're running with the jammer here. And a motion sensor. I don't know what Killatrix is running with.
Yeah, see?
I didn't get to see his loadout here.
That's it. I get a +1.
I was running with the JA300
My war
at one
cry.
point. That was fun.
Yep.
But that was just to get used to it. Not that great.
Came from the heart, yo.
Z1, pretty good, but could be improved since it's such a slow rate of fire. I think they need to buff the power a little bit.
Going out with a bang.
Excuse me a second.
Not the good bang.
But you tried it. That was, you know.
Still waiting. This is a long break.
I wanted to go take that other door blocker off so we could have pushed both sides, but we were so running low on time.
I'm very excited for Cargo. So I had mentioned this in the last time I did a commentary stream. Cargo is essentially what seems to be reused assets of the Doc's ship. And they made it into a whole map. And it looks beautiful. If you have not yet checked it out, please go to the First Contact Entertainment YouTube page where they showed a dev stream showing off Cargo. I did not see them use proxy, but they showed off Cargo and withheld proxy from our viewing. But they also did show off a concussion bomb, which was really interesting. It was I'm not sure how I feel about it right now because it's an attachment very much like the motion sensor, and it's proximity based, very much like the proximity mine.
I'm good, yeah, I'm back.
But its only impact really is the concussive effect. So your screen gets really fuzzy, you move extremely slow, so you become pretty much a sitting duck. I don't know how well it'll be used. It was used fairly well in the dev stream. I don't know how popular it's going to be, but I can see where it'd be effective. And I'm kind of excited to play around with it. Proxy, I'm still not sure whether or not her skill is going to be worth it or not, if I'm going to be honest. It's kind of like Kane's. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but is it really worth it? Alright, it looks like his stream is a bit fuzzy right now. I don't know what happened. So that's a choke point or a pinch point. And it looks like they may be holding here.
Alright, we want the other ammo back.
I'm trying to see whether or not it's fuzzy on your screen.
Okay.
Okay. It was fuzzy on mine. I needed to reload the page. Okay, they're going to sit here. There's only a couple of doors that X-Force can be coming through, but grenades are being thrown.
Or maybe not.
Not grenades, noisemakers. I almost never see those. They put a motion sensor down. So they might try to lob grenades there, which is very dangerous. C4 blew the door.
They got my C4?
Hey, Cutter, come around.
Oh my gosh, random grenades taking out Killatrix. Classic Jack taking him out with a beautiful grenade. Looks like Classic Jack is sitting up there on top of the catwalk along with his partner. Someone else is moving in. So there's two people up on the catwalk and two moving down. So the people on the catwalk are definitely calling out where people are. Skull Cinema taking out Cutter. Chopper getting into a firefight. Lady Grey and Chopper holding their own, going to try to win this one for their team. They better try to run the clock because they're at a serious disadvantage. Wu-Tang taking out Chopper with more grenades. Those grenades were so dangerous. But there's a chance X-Force may be out of grenades here. Lady Grey is just going to have to hold her own. They got a flashbang there.
You dickheads!
She's not happy about those flashbangs. She is not happy about those flashbangs. Lady taking out Classic Jack, and she just is outnumbered here. Wu-Tang taking out Lady Grey and reviving his partner. And X-Force is taking yet another one, making the score 8-3. I may be jumping ahead here. They did put down a jammer. There's a chance that Ratchet Cell could win with a jammer here. So I don't want to jump the gun, but the likelihood is pretty small. Yep. X-Force taking it now, 8-3.
And then Chopper with a fucking grenade.
Yep, a random
from the catwalk.
So it's unfortunate that it's been quite one-sided for Ratchet Cell tonight. But they are definitely doing their best against a very strong X-Force team. So again, thank you guys for coming on out. I appreciate the support. I know it's getting quite late if you are in the eastern region of the United States. It's about, actually, it's 10:39. It's almost 10:40 right now.
Yeah,
So it's getting quite late, and I know it's definitely a work week and also a school week. So anyone with children have to make sure that the kids are up and ready for school. And I know people have work. I have work tomorrow as well, but an opportunity like this doesn't always present itself. And we are moving into the last round of tonight's match between Ratchet Cell and X-Force, and it's been a long one, but it's been a good one. I want to thank everyone for stopping on out. We're about an hour and 40 minutes into this, and we're going to keep going all the way through to their next match. I will have to get water. My throat is getting pretty tired.
Oh, let me just,
but I know it's late, so if you stuck around this far, kudos to you. Thank you for stopping on in. Thank you for hanging out. And I want to thank everybody for those follows. That's really, really helpful. I also thank Frosty for the sub. I really appreciate that. If you do sub to me, if you're a tier 1 sub, you do get a little emote here. Right now, X-Force is winning, and winning strongly with a score of 8. If you become a tier 2 sub, you get this hype wolf.
I can't believe everyone died. Grenades.
And I don't have a tier 3 because no one has requested a tier 3 yet. So there's a tier 1 and tier 2. If you are interested in subscribing, please don't feel obligated to do so. There is no obligation. There are plenty of streamers out there, and if I'm one that you don't want to support but you definitely want to come back and check out, just go ahead and hit that follow button. I appreciate that all the same. But thank you guys for stopping on in and hanging out. I know it's been a really long match, and if you are really interested in seeing the next match, Ratchet Cell may come out on top in the next match against the Goon Platoon. So be sure to hang around. I do apologize, my phone has died because I was silly and I didn't charge it. So I can't read your chat right now. I will get back to it right after this round. Alright, so they're starting blue side here. They're expecting a rush. So they're mentally preparing themselves to fire real quick. But I believe X-Force is going to hold very similarly to how Ratchet Cell just held. This is going to be dangerous because that hallway is super long.
I don't see no C4
anywhere. Okay. Yeah, go for it. I'm trying to get out of the way. Okay.
Looks like a few people might be going up to the catwalk. They could just be sitting back there for protection.
They could have gone all the way to the other side, you know?
Could have.
They're really taking their time here. Clearly X-Force has not pushed, but through this door and all the way to the left, there's a very long hallway that X-Force is definitely holding. I see these door blockers here. They are definitely holding that back hall, and that is very, very dangerous. It might be to... Skull Cinema just killed himself?
Are you shitting me?
Okay, so
well, that's interesting. Somehow he ended up killing himself.
Not yet.
So now it's 4v3.
The door adjacent, this door
It might, if someone were running smoke, this would be a good opportunity to throw the smoke, provide a distraction and enough cover for someone to get across the hall.
I think so. I'm gonna work on this blocker here.
And there's probably someone right, yep,
oh,
right there.
Fuck, man, he just shot the C4 and fucked you up.
Yes, he did.
There was probably someone also behind that door posted
He's
up.
in this little room right here.
So now it's 3v3. Chopper downing Wu-Tang, but not out. Dylan reviving Wu-Tang. Cutter downing Wu-Tang again. He goes down one more time. He's done. But now, almost all of Ratchet Cell is down. Lady Grey again being the sole survivor of Ratchet Cell, going up against the entire X-Force team. Well, 3 members of the X-Force team.
Alright, one's by that door.
She is now running. Lady Grey downing Dylan. Classic getting Dylan back up though. She's forced to retreat, and they're going to be on the chase here.
They're running away from you.
Yeah, they went back. They pushed to the right through the door down that straight ahead.
Oh shit!
Lady Grey trying to survive, trying to make her way around, listening to her comms. X-Force probably just sitting back and waiting. They're just going to run the clock here.
Is where I last saw them.
There's no need to push out when there's only one person you're going up against, and there's still 3 of you left.
Where you close that door, I think.
She's got to tread lightly. She's sprinting a lot. She's giving herself away with a lot of noise. She's trying to hide behind that box, but no, Lady Grey downing Dylan, but Dylan eliminating her all the same. And that's it, guys. X-Force coming out on top with 9 wins, and Ratchet Cell with 3.
Yeah.
Very good fight for both X-Force. Whoops. For both X-Force and Ratchet Cell. I applaud both of them. X-Force, of course, coming in very dominantly. They're a very, very strong team. I applaud them for their efforts, and I applaud Ratchet Cell for putting up a very, very good fight, taking 3 points away from X-Force. Very good matches between both of them.
Ace, lame sauce.
Lame sauce. Are we doing a shotgun round? I heard something about that earlier.
Yes. Hell yeah.
They might be doing a shotgun round.
Yeah, so everybody goes to the
So now that the match is the match is entirely over, they're just gonna do a fun round.
Yeah, go to none.
They're all just going to go to none. They're all going to be spread to different teams. They're going to play with different players, and they're only going to be running with shotguns.
I don't know anymore. Whoa.
This is the Firewall community. Sometimes it can be a bit aggressive and abrasive, but at the same time, we all love each other, and we're all here to have fun, which is the sole reason why you should even be playing this game.
Docs with, yeah. Hold up, I need 2 seconds. I want to change one little thing on this motherfucker.
You don't get to change.
What is it? No explosives, no pistols, just shotguns, right?
Just shotguns.
And you can revive.
Oh, this will be interesting. I haven't actually watched one of these yet. We're going to sit and watch this, and then we're going to go to a break, and I will come back, and we will continue to watch the Ratchet Cell team take on another team in the league, the Goon Platoon.
Because I'm going to put my gun in it.
Oh, damn.
Some dirty talk coming from Lady Grey.
I like it. All right, I'm good.
Okay.
Looks like they're all set. They're all going to none.
All right.
And now they're all split. And now they're on random teams. All playing with each other, mixing it up. And only running shotguns. This will be fun. This is a nice way to end a match. Very cordial, very respectful. Both teams did very, very well. And it doesn't seem like Ratchet Cell is very bothered at all by the loss. They seem to be okay and just enjoying having fun.
What's up, brothers? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Ah, you motherfucker.
So they're just unloading all their tacticals and all their lethals, getting rid of them so they don't accidentally lose them. And all they have are shotguns and revive pistols.
They're down.
Oh, jeez. Killatrix moving in on them. Taking down Wu-Tang. Skull Cinema coming up for the support. It looks like Killatrix's team just completely obliterating the other team with very little effort. Now, if that were in the match, that would definitely go to Ratchet Cell, but because they're all mixed up, members of X-Force and members of Ratchet Cell just mixed up in the bunch there, having fun at the end, ending on a good note. Good camaraderie. And that's going to be it for now, guys. Stay tuned if you want to watch another match in the North American Firewall League between Ratchet Cell and the Goon Platoon. I'm going to be taking a break. I'm going to keep the stream up. Don't worry, Jay. We're not done. I will be back. I'm going to go get some water. I'm going to get some water. I'll be back. I'll make sure that there's some commercials up or something, and we'll filter through some of those. And I will only stream or bring the stream up to either inform you that there's some, whether or not there's some connection issues or if they're going to actually go live. Sorry, there's so much noise in my ear I couldn't hear myself. But I will return. Yes, they're going to play one more, but they got to get prepared for the next one. I need some water, so I'll be right back. You guys stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next match.
Left side.
Multiple hostiles incoming. Time to earn your keep.
Black Hat Off is live.
Move in, move in, move in. Making my way to the stairs inside. Alright, let's get in position for breach. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Enemy down.
Move it up, move it up.
30 seconds remaining.
Found the access point over here.
10 seconds remaining.
Hostile KIA.
Leave the track first line. Black Hat operation complete. Data acquired. PlayStation.
Yep. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Going right now. Oh, Terrell. Come on, brother. I'm hungry.
You know, there is a really passionate community for VR and a very passionate community for our game.
There's been a lot of challenges making a unique game for VR like this.
Operation Nightfall is very unique because it takes the concept of a battle pass and really just fleshes it out even further.
Missions in Operation Nightfall are free for everybody.
Whether you buy into the Operation Pass or not, you will still be able to work towards missions and earn some rewards throughout the entire season.
Rewards vary from cosmetics, including face paints, trinkets,
character skins, weapon skins.
If you're part of the Operation Pass, you can play extra missions that redeem extra rewards.
The idea for map really starts in the design phase. So basically the designers come up with an idea and they say, oh, that'd be cool, we should do a sandstorm. And everybody kind of laughed. And then everybody was like, well, wait, can we do a sandstorm?
There's something different about having a monitor in front of you versus fully immersing you in an environment where effectively your entire field of view is occupied.
Realistic rendering on a PlayStation 4 in VR is actually very difficult to do, which is why most VR games tend to have like stylized graphics. I think there's a higher sense of believability in our new environments, and it's extremely inspired by real-world reference.
This is the first time I ever had to make the sound of a sandstorm. So that was pretty fun. The detail that we go into on the sound design, it feels like the space is alive.
Milo said to entertain him.
And it's like a tiny detail, but I've really seen how like those details bring the experience to life.
Half of our player base plays PvE, so we really wanted to give some attention to that and really enhance that experience. So the AI is going to give much more of a challenge to the player. We want the players to feel terrified in there. We want them to feel like they're in amidst this battle with AI and they have to watch every corner and keep their head on a swivel. These guys are after you and they're dangerous.
With contractors, you know, we try not to be too formulaic. That didn't come in the way of any particular standard that we implemented or anything like that. It was just really an effort to make sure that they're special in their own right.
We have a contractor from Canada, Lynx. He comes with a skill called Unstoppable. That means he can self-revive if he gets dropped to a knockdown state. We already have revive pistols, but what if you're by yourself? We wanted one way to get a second win type of moment when players go down and the enemy thinks that they've won the match. We want players to perform sort of a comeback moment using Unstoppable.
We've really ventured beyond our comfort zone.
No, man, you know what? I get lost in it when you run away.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are only going to be viewing from one perspective during this round, this match between Ratchet Cell and the Goon Platoon, and we are going to be watching from Ratchet Cell's perspective. If you have been sticking around thus far, then you already know the deal. We got another 12 rounds, 12 matches between these two teams. It's going to take us, I would say, approximately an hour and a half, so be sure to stick around for all the matches. If not, you can always go to the North American Firewall League Facebook webpage to check for any updates on who won the match and get your updates from there. If you're new to the stream, welcome. My name is Chris Wolf, also known as the Wolf Craze, and I am hosting and commentating for Ratchet Cell and the Goon Platoon. I'm doing this of my own free time because I enjoy and love the game, and I'm passionate about where this game could go in the esport world. So thank you for joining me, and enjoy the match coming up. Walzer, wake up. I'm working on waking up. My throat is completely dead. I just commentated for about an hour and 40 minutes in another match. My throat is dead. I'm tired. I'm never awake this late. I'm always in bed unless I actually have a match. But this is a double feature. We're already going on 2 hours. So I'm going to keep those eyes wide open the best I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we've had that one.
So all team members are here. My phone, I got a charger for my phone because that ended up dying, so I do apologize about that for earlier. But with that being said, I'm going to get you the new roster update. Right now, currently playing on Ratchet Cell is Lady Gray, Killatrix, DB Chopper, and Cutter.
Whenever you guys are ready.
I almost forgot his name.
Whenever you guys are ready,
We're playing Hanger.
I'm not familiar with Cutter, but I'm familiar with all the other three. And they have been doing very, very well. They just faced the X-Force, and they lost, unfortunately, 9-3, but they've played really, really hard. And I'm going to pull up very shortly the roster for... no, that's not it. Where is he? I'm just waiting for the message to actually pop in. Oh, you know what? It was a Facebook message, that's why. For the Goon Platoon, I'm gonna get the updated roster here, so give me a second. The Goon Platoon, where are you guys? Savage 49er, Jay Williams, White Kong. There are only one guy, Knoxville, and Dynamic OP. Those are the current players on the Goon Platoon. Let's see how well they face Ratchet Cell. So Ratchet Cell is coming off of a loss, which is unfortunate for them. However, they're still in good spirits and ready for another match here. So it looks like we've got Savage, Dynamic, White Kong, and Knoxville playing for the Goon Platoon. I have not heard of any of these guys. I'll be interested to see how well they play. And we're going right into Hangar. I was talking in the previous match how I don't often see Hangar. In fact, it's probably I think it's the map that I see the least in this tournament. That could be different in other tournaments like the Pro League over in the UK. It could be very, very different. But here in the NAFWL, I have not seen it maybe but once. And I've seen the newsroom even more than that. Yeah, this is exciting. Don't often see the Hangar.
Okay. So they're gonna play. Yeah, they're probably gonna place a lot of. They're gonna play. Yeah, they're probably gonna place a lot of jammers, guys.
So one of the best things that they could do right now is protect the black.
Yeah, a lot of jammers.
Protect the black. Protect the back. They're going to be placing jammers, they said, all over the place. So they're probably going to go down here and place some jammers.
Oh, they're directly in front. Oh, they're directly in front.
Oh, they're on attack. I don't know why I was just thinking they're on defense. They're expecting a lot of jammers. They need to watch that skywalk there. People are probably going to be watching that, and they're going to be watching that door. That's going to be a very hard spot to breach. They should probably consider crossing and going around from the back and at least pinching them from two different sides. But it looks like they're going to post up here on that one door.
Okay. You guys want to go around?
Yeah, see, Killatrix is even thinking the same thing. This is not a good spot to be in. And not a good spot to try to push.
Okay.
I don't think any one of them brought a motion sensor, which is unlike what they did in the last match.
Okay.
There's at least one person who brought a motion sensor every single time. Here, it seems like they're running without a motion sensor, so they're going to push a hard flank here.
Oh yeah, mine.
Start moving in with you guys now. Yeah, start moving in with you guys now.
Okay. What you got?
Okay, I'm clear.
Looks like there's some coverage from back. There are some grenades flying overhead.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
Oh, Lady Gray is down. Killatrix moving in, at least downing White Kong. Getting one down, throwing some grenades, got the elimination.
Oh, fuck, I'm down.
No, you're beyond down.
He's beyond down. He's eliminated. Dynamic taking him out, leaving it a 2v3 right now.
Nice. Oh, 2 down.
Cutter taking down Dynamic, but Savage getting the revive, and Knoxville taking down Cutter. Chopper getting the revive, Cutter taking down Knoxville, and Savage down by Chopper, eliminating all of the Goon Platoon.
They're probably going to set up a lot.
Can you hear anything?
With a remarkable comeback, Ratchet Cell moving on in, looking for those jammers.
By the whiteboard. By the whiteboard. Underneath the table. That's it.
Open. Finding all the jammers, opening the laptop, and getting the win. Wow. We are now Ratchet Cell 1 and Goon Platoon 0. I'm going to be pulling up my stream here so I can see all of you guys. Start chatting away. Thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure hosting and commentating these matches for you guys tonight. All right. Karen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry I didn't say hi. My phone had died, so I didn't really have the chat up, but now I'm coming back. Walzer and Karen, thank you so much for coming in. Karen, actually, you just caught the first match or first round between these two, and Ratchet Cell walking away with it. The last match, Ratchet Cell literally just came out of a match with X-Force and unfortunately lost 9-3. X-Force won. JJ with a resub, dude. Thank you so much for that, and rating with 5. God bless you, man. Appreciate that so much. Crazy Strings coming on in, too. Holy mackerel. We got a whole party in here. Thank you guys for coming on out. This is a double feature.
Switch up.
You were playing against Killatrix for a couple hours before he started his first league game. He's got to be exhausted. I'm sure he is, man. I'm sure he is.
All right, Chopper.
He plays a lot, and he's very, very skilled.
Milkshakes and hot wings together.
So yeah, this is a double feature. I've been going for about 2 hours now. Ratchet Cell just came out of a match with X-Force, which I was commentating over. And now I'm going to try to push through and commentate through this. I don't have a choice now. I'm already kind of live, aren't I? But thank you guys so much for coming on now. It's making this so much easier for me since I don't have a co-host yet, although I am still working on it. I will figure out a way to get someone else in here. And Walzer, I know you expressed interest, and I have an idea that we might have to work out. And I do apologize. I've been very busy, and I'm going to be busy this week as well. My mother-in-law is coming up from Florida, so I won't have a lot of time to do much this week. But I will try to find time, and that's why I'm really glad that NAFWL put out on their Facebook page the times of these matches. That way I could schedule around it and actually get in here and commentate for you guys. Really appreciate them doing that and all the work that they put into making this league happen. So shout outs to the NAFWL for making this league happen and pulling all these teams together to enjoy this game on a larger scale. And for all you guys coming out and watching and supporting all the teams, cheering on your favorite team. This can't happen without the fans. This can't happen without the interest. So you guys are the biggest part of it.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, we definitely will, Walzer. We'll definitely make it happen at some point.
I get why people drink milk, you know, if they can't handle the hotness, you know what I'm saying, the spice. It does. I don't know.
A Sky Dubsky? Is that how you pronounce it? Thank you for the 100 bits, man. Holy cow. Totally unexpected. When do I play live? I typically stream on the weekends when I play. But right now, I did one commentary bit for one match one night, and it kind of took off, and people really liked it. So I've been doing it a little bit more. And if you want to, go ahead and hit that follow if you haven't already, and you can stay up to date every time I stream. And if you really want to know when I stream live and do some other things, because I do play this game and I play other games, go ahead and ask if you are interested in the Discord. I do have a Discord that you can join, and I'll send you a link.
Okay.
So the laptop is downstairs, and they're gonna defend up here, which is a smart choice.
Don't put your toes in.
But they are, again, all grouped together. It'd probably be wiser to spread out just a little bit more. Killatrix is making a good move watching this side because that flank is very popular and it's one of my favorites. So I always defend there. But they also might push towards this tank here. That is another good and popular tactic to move in on that side.
Like to our right or to their right?
And I'm not sure how the Goon Platoon plays. This is the first time I'm seeing them attack, so I don't know if they push or if they take their time.
I've got a half a dozen reasons.
As always, Ratchet Cell always having a good time, laughing during a match, even if they're losing, they're having a good time. And that's what it's about.
Watch out this way then.
Because where's the jammer at? Is up here?
It's above Cutter.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, then go.
There's two open here.
Go. Two into the plane, watch on the way out.
Alright, so they're re-strategizing, and it seems like they're going to hold the plane here instead, because they're going to have to push towards the jammer. So they're going to play defense on the jammer, which is probably the smart choice. If they had spread out and stayed away from the jammer, you know, they could have missed this opportunity, which is a choke point. They're forcing the goon platoon to move into one location, and right now they have dropped it down to 2 entrances, one from the end of the plane and one from this hall of the plane. So these are 2 choke points, 2 looking down here and 2 looking down at the other end. So that was a good strategy, good change of plan. Let's see how well it fares. A lot of players are now playing by ear more so than the motion sensor, but a lot of people still use that motion sensor.
Below. Right under us.
The goon platoon with 2.5 minutes left, they're still taking their time trying to figure out where Ratchet Cell is. They probably have a good feeling that the Ratchet Cell is above them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to rush. They're going to continue to take their time.
Still below. Think they're moving around a little bit. All right.
Looks like Ratchet Cell is going to be playing the clock here. They don't want to rush. They don't care about the kills. They care about the win. So they're going to protect that jammer with everything they have.
Yeah, there's multiple.
By being careful not to blow it up themselves, because they will be launching those grenades, and if they accidentally hit it, that jammer's gone.
In front of the jet engines closer to us.
Pretty loud under me.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of movement there.
Watch that. They can throw grenades from the bottom through that crack that comes in that side.
On the side, yeah.
So apparently they can throw grenades through this small area from the bottom, which it kind of sounds like that's what they were trying to do. Or they probably thought the jammer was closer to them.
My sensor's at the end of the plane. They have a Coro. They're all running a Coro.
So she's calling out the contractor that they're using, which is a Coro, and she believes that they're all running a Coro, which means the grenades are going to do less damage. Alright, Lady Grey going down, but revived by Cutter. Cutter now going down. They're pushing. The goon platoon is pushing hard, lobbing those grenades and laying down gunfire.
They're holding at the end of the center ramp.
Killertrix laying fire, getting some hit markers. He's a very hard target to hit right now.
Oh, here, on me.
Throwing that grenade, hitting the corner of the box, damaging himself, unfortunately.
He's got one on the right.
Chopper trying to get those revives, but just couldn't get those revives up. They really did a strong hold with only 30 seconds remaining. The goon platoon has to find that jammer and get that laptop. 15 seconds.
Before I can do anything.
And I'm with Lady Grey there. That is a loss for Ratchet Cell, bringing the score 1-1. All right, I'm gonna look at the chat here on my phone that is now charging because I was stupid and I didn't charge it beforehand. Karen with the sub. Thank you so much for that. Who's gonna commentate when I play, Karen? Nobody. It won't happen. Not that I'm aware of. If anyone wants to, go for it. I hope this inspires other people to actually commentate, get in here and start doing their thing. I did it just because I didn't want to watch alone, and people ended up really liking it. So.
Oh, never mind.
Embassy. Hosting now.
Soflo says, my hat goes off to this team, though. The team was basically abandoned, and Killa kept it alive.
Is it okay for you guys?
That's awesome. I didn't know that, Soflo. Thank you for that little bit of information. Yeah, Killertrix is a really cool guy. I really like him. And I was watching his streams the other day, and he's a very solid player, even in public. Some of the grenades that he throws, I was watching a match that it was in district, and he was in that middle area, right behind, I think, the dumpster. And he got pinned, but he knew that they were coming up. And the angle at which he threw the grenades over the dumpster was just so impressive. And his aim is also very on point. Just a very good player, very chill guy. I really do like him, and I'm glad to know that that he was able to keep this team alive, because even though they're not doing the best, they're still doing very well, especially against very good teams. So.
He sounds like Hank Hill.
But yes, if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, please spread the word and let other people know that this kind of thing is happening. And I hope it inspires one or two or even more of you to maybe pursue this as well, because the more attention Firewall gets, particularly in this way, the better it will be in the future. And I hope to be part of propelling Firewall into the esports category, because right now Oculus is kind of owning the VR league, which is perfectly fine. I love Oculus, but I'd also like to see PSVR get there, and Firewall is definitely one of those games that can launch the PSVR into the esports category.
Intro song.
What is it?
If there is anyone who would also like to have this commentary, please don't hesitate to ask me. I will message you either through Facebook Messenger, or if you're on Discord, we can link up. I will just have a few requests, because just like all of your time, my time is also precious, so I want to make sure that I can schedule it and be prepared for it, and I will request certain things like links and everything, just so that I can prepare for it, because at times, as some of you saw earlier, I had to spend a little bit of my time getting Killatrix's stream ready, because YouTube is not always so great about being able just to have the link here and have it pop up. So I do need some time to prepare, but if you are interested, please let me know. I know that there were some requests from the UK Pro League that I also do this, so I might be excuse me, I will probably be commentating for the Pro League finals, which is coming up soon, and I got some information on that, so I have to create something like this, a format like this, and I'm gonna most likely be commentating for them. So if you want to stick around and check that stuff out, please be sure to hit that follow button, and I will be streaming that, hopefully, and we can watch the finals of the UK Pro League. Right, Titch, thank you so much for the bits, man. You scrub, you.
We got to make up from last matches.
All right, so we're at Embassy here. Another very popular match. Not one of my favorite maps. I'm just not very good at it. This is a normal choke or a pinch point where a lot of conflict actually occurs. Engagement usually starts here.
Oh, here.
Yep, there we are. It was either down those stairs or in that back hall. As always, those grenades are going out. I don't know how Killatrix is still alive. With all that gunfire, he survived through all that, is seeing a lot of red, but he did not die, and he downed and eliminated a bunch of the Goon Platoon.
The fucking revives, bro, are slow.
And getting that final kill, all of the Goon Platoon is down. I don't know how Killatrix survived all that gunfire, but somehow he did. And there are still 3 left on Ratchet Cell's team. Now they have to go get the Firewall. And they have to look for jammers if there are any, and then get that laptop. There are some jammers, so they need to go searching.
No, hold on.
I don't hear it. I got it.
Okay. That's it.
And that's open. And Ratchet Cell taking another win, making the score 2-1. It's absolutely fantastic. They're coming out hot, super hot in this match against the Goon Platoon. One thing I did not check was the Goon Platoon's standing currently. Let me go check that out real quick. We know that Ratchet Cell is in 7th place. 10th place. My apologies. 10th place. And I don't know about the Goon Platoon, but I'm going to go to the main webpage here and check for you guys real quick. So the Goon Platoon is actually behind Ratchet Cell by 2 places. No, by 1 place. And they are literally, aside from the X-Force's match tonight, their match against X-Force, before that match, they were only 1 point behind Ratchet Cell. So this match right here is quite even. Quite even. And Ratchet Cell is coming in hot, coming right off of a match. They're probably already way warmed up. Very, very warmed up and ready to play.
Change the title. I kept the same stream.
So now they are defending. Looks like some are running with Diaz, some are running with the Koro.
Looks good.
I do notice that Ratchet Cell also runs with silencers. I don't really see teams running with silencers often.
No. No.
But I did ask Killatrix why he did that, and I provided my assumption that's because they didn't want to be heard. And I said silencer, there's suppressors, not silencers. There's you know, some people like being specific. They run with suppressors, and I assume it's because they don't want to be heard or they want to be seen on the tablet. But it does reduce accuracy, so that is one of the downfalls. You can run suppressors. Yes, there's an upside to it. You don't show up on the enemy's tablet because your gun's too loud. But your accuracy is reduced, and I don't think the damage is reduced either. But in games like this, accuracy is of utmost importance. In this particular map, maybe not so much. So the smart thing here would to either hold the kitchen or to hold the balcony here, and it looks like they're going to hold the balcony. You definitely want to get the upper advantage or the advantage by being up higher. They're placing the ammo bag there, and rather than on the ground, because that ammo bag can provide an extra bit of cover if need be. Do remember that I had mentioned before that ammo bags are indestructible, so they do provide a degree of protection, especially if your head is exposed.
Right-hand side, he should be coming up back in front of Cutter. Oh, I'm getting fucked. How the hell is he hitting me?
Okay.
Just back up.
Yeah, I am.
Sounds like Cutter's getting hit over there. Doesn't understand how that's possible considering that he's crouched.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see him though. He just took a random shot at me, I think. I don't think he actually seen me.
Well, he just sent a couple frags in my corner, but he didn't get me.
They're sitting very patiently waiting, calling out where the location of the Goon Platoon is. Goon Platoon is definitely taking their time. They're not rushing. Trying to get an idea of where their enemy is.
Don't count it out.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. The Goon Platoon has plenty of time. There's no need to rush. You need to strategize and figure out the best. Cutter! Downing an enemy. Savage downing Cutter. Chopper getting the revive. All of Ratchet Cell still alive. White Kong downing Chopper and Cutter. Cutter goes down one more time. There's no more revives there. Providing the cover fire. But Killatrix goes down too. There's no one there to revive them. And Lady Grey coming out on top as the solo survivor, as she did against X-Force, but unfortunately couldn't capitalize on that flank. And now the Goon Platoon has to look for those jammers, and once they find the jammer, that laptop is theirs. Seems as though they haven't quite found it yet.
This was our map?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was our map, yeah. Yeah, we'll get this host too, because it's a little...
Okay, it sounds like they're having some connection issues. They might be switching hosts here. And that's it. Now the score is 2-2. Ratchet Cell with 2 and Goon Platoon with 2. I apologize if I'm a bit squeaky or clearing my throat a lot. It's
still works.
I'm doing a lot of talking. It hurts. A few ammo bags around a jammer on top of that's genius. Oh, Rob, you are still here. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Saw someone use a few ammo bags around a jammer on top of a cabinet. Now that's intriguing. I mean, it's not like the jammer is impossible to get, especially if you still have frags. And now if you ended up wasting all of your impacts or all of your stickies, then yes, you're kind of out of luck there, and it'd make it a lot more difficult. But it's still doable. Interesting tactic, though. Interesting tactic. How often did you actually see it used, Karen? Was it used a lot by that team?
Can't get it out.
Because I've never heard of something like that. That's pretty genius.
Door blocker?
Just
Doesn't hurt.
It with a kazoo.
With a kazoo. That just sounds funny.
I think we should bring one, yeah.
A kazoo? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, you have to use
Yeah.
public service announcement.
Talking about the little green guy on your shoulder.
You guys ready?
Yes, you definitely have to use those ammo bags to
take
get
him
rid of
off
them.
before you
That's
kill.
one of the only
Put
ways
it back on
of doing it.
afterwards.
But you could still shoot. I could see, even though it's on top of a cabinet, you could probably get your gun in a decent enough position to still shoot over it, even if you didn't want to use the ammo bag. Especially if you're running out of time. If you only have 15 seconds left, I mean, you'd waste, what, 4 seconds just to clear one of those ammo bags? So, but still, valid point. Not taking anything away from that. Alright, looks like... I don't know why it wasn't grainy before, but I'm even on the YouTube page right now and it still looks a bit grainy. It could just be the it just could be the stream quality.
It seemed like he did it on purpose to make us think that
They're holding when they're not?
Yeah.
Because everything on my end still seems fine.
Oh, yeah, there's all 3 of them.
Okay, all 4 at the end of the hall. Looks like Lady Grey is down. Oh, Killitrix could not get the revive. There is a flank there. Chopper, the remaining sole survivor of Ratchet Cell.
Fuck this. Let's rush them. Let's just treat this like a fucking rush. Let's rush every fucking
Chopper downing White Kong, but Knoxville taking out Chopper, eliminating all of Ratchet Cell, and unfortunately now, Ratchet Cell is behind with a score of 2-3. Lady Grey is getting fairly upset, it sounds like, telling her team, we just need to rush them. That might be a tactic that they need to do. They have been trying to play more tactically rather than rushing, but the Goon Platoon really showed up and showed that, you know, they can play the rushing game, they can play the defense game.
Initializing.
They can take whatever Ratchet Cell is throwing at them. So what is Ratchet Cell going to do in response? We will have to wait and see.
Nicely played.
I'm going to see... I'm going to see if I can fix it. I can't guarantee that I will.
Alright, we're ready.
Why is that grainy?
Nice.
I've got a question.
Ooh, that is just, that is not good.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Good
calm.
to work. What about this?
Are you suggesting that we all do that?
No, it's me.
Oh.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, just...
I'm refreshing it.
I mean, not like initially.
I think that made it better.
I got you.
Let me know if that looks better on your end, guys.
Close your eyes.
I hope it does. It looks better on my screen, but what matters is if it looks better on your screen.
Alright, we good? We ready?
Yep, we ready.
All right, we are now 5 rounds in. This is going to make the half. This is going to make. Okay, it looks better. Awesome. Thanks, Rob. So this is going to be the 6th round.
Yeah, unless we get
We're reaching the halfway point already, guys and gals, of this match between Ratchet Cell and the Goon Platoon.
If it ain't good.
As I had mentioned before, if you have not yet started on those operations, you still have plenty of time to finish those operations, and there are plenty of those operations that you can complete in a PvE match. So if you feel like you're falling behind, don't worry, don't stress. There's plenty you can do on your own running solos or with a team against AI, and right before you hop into the harder stuff and doing a PvP.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know where they're going to hold here. They were saying that they were going to push before. So Killitrix is moving up. He's trying to get some sort of idea where the Goon Platoon is.
I think I hear him.
There's a chance they're coming down the stairs.
Grenades, 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 grenades.
Top of the white stairs.
Bail.
So now they have an idea where the Goon Platoon is coming from. He's backing out. He is very, very red there. I saw the Lady Grey is still sitting in there, keeping eyes.
Yeah.
Cutter is now looking at that door, and Killitrix is going to be sitting there for cover. He's got a nice cover with those shelves there, but that still leaves him exposed enough to get downed. So he has to be careful, and his gun can get stuck on the door frame if he chooses to move left or right. So he really has to be careful here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cutter's still looking at that door, keeping it protected, watching Killitrix's right. Lady Grey still in this room, I believe. She has not moved, but she's in cover in one of those little offices off to the left. And Chopper watching the 6. He's got 2 halls there. He's got to be careful.
I think in front of me.
Yeah, I think I heard something too.
The Goon Platoon could be pushing down those white stairs. It sounds like Lady Grey is getting a little bit of gunfire. Killitrix is getting a little antsy to protect, but he needs to remember to stay in cover. He's in a vulnerable position. If grenades go out, he doesn't have much room to run.
If I get contact here, I'm rolling out fast just because I am definitely...
Chopper saying that he would have to leave real quick if he gets contact, which is very true. Aligns with what I just said. He has 2 halls that he has to watch. He's in a very bad position.
Going Orville.
I'll let you guys get that right angle.
Looks like they're retreating. They're going back to the to the laptop. Watching down the hall to the laptop. They think that the Goon Platoon retreated and were taking a different route.
Oh shit! They're in the room.
They're in there. They're in there.
White room?
They're in the white room.
I only saw one, but I'm assuming.
Lady Grey has contact and visuals of 1 at least.
Okay.
She put up a motion sensor. That's a very smart move.
Get the jammer.
Roll back, watch that, or kill. Do you
I'm
wanna
watching
watch
right
that
side.
one?
Yep.
Can anybody see through this door? Can I close this door, Chopper?
So right now they're kind of running the clock. They have an idea where the Goon Platoon is, and they're just covering all of their corners here. Chopper is down, completely eliminated by Savage. Beautiful shots by Savage. Now they just need to protect themselves from those raining grenades.
I've got 3 people in the white room.
It's now 4 against 3. There's 3 people in the white room.
But I only see 3.
Okay.
The other person could be pulling a flank. He has no eyes.
Sorry, 1, 2. Fuck's the last guy at?
Can't find him on the cams.
That's fine.
I think they are. I think they're coming to the double doors.
Still no visuals on the tablets. Goon Platoon only has 1.5 minutes left to get to this laptop.
I'm watching the back to make sure. You're gonna have 3 at the double doors.
Okay.
You got
If Ratchet can hold this for another minute,
There's only 1 at the double doors.
they can have this in the bag by default.
Oh, sorry, single door. Kill. Turn to your right. You're gonna have 2 there. Get on kill. Get on kill. Get on kill quick. Get on kill.
Kill goes down by White
Get
Kong.
on the 2. Keep moving around the corner, guys.
Chopper and Lady trying to get that push. Revived.
Another one there, Cutter. Next one's there. Boom.
Oh, how did that not fucking kill him?
Lady downing White Kong and Savage.
That's all that matters.
Eliminating both of them.
Good listening, guys.
And Ratchet coming out on top with Lady Grey pulling it through. Now making the score 3-3. Alright, I'm going to go back to chat. Seems like there was some chatter. I'm sorry I was missing it. I was focusing on the game there. Let's see, where are we? Looks better. I haven't played in a while. Big Sky Redneck, what's going on? Welcome, brother. Glad to see you joined us. Wow, did they do updates to the whole game? They sure did. So they have a whole new UI. So this is the 2nd season, Big Sky. They had Operation Nightfall. Now they're on Operation Dark Web. They presented a whole new user interface, which you see here. They took away the ability to move your arms freely while you're in lobby. Now they have, you know, automated animations. They added a bunch of new guns, new equipment, well, a few pieces of equipment. They also, with the new contractors, have new skills. These are some really, really good rounds. It takes some time before there's actually combat, but as soon as there's engagement, it ends relatively quick. They now have 14 maps, Big Sky. I don't know when last you played, but they now have 14 maps, and they're gonna have. I think that's with cargo. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think with cargo it'd be 14 maps.
Beast mode.
No new game modes. So they're switching hosts. Excuse the hiccups. They're switching hosts now. They were having some issues on that last one anyways, because we're at the halfway mark, so they're switching hosts, which is nice. Gives Ratchet Cell an opportunity to run on their servers. But no new game modes. The First Contact isn't really into other game modes like Team Deathmatch or Capture the Flag. I don't think they do Capture the Flag anymore, but Domination. Other game modes like that, they're not really focusing on. They're focusing on, you know, you have one life, and what kind of game modes can you play with just one life? Excuse me. Although I don't dislike that concept, it is very limiting, so I get why it frustrates people. But there's also visual upgrades. As you can see, that it looks cleaner. There's more detail to each of the characters, so visually it looks better. A lot of the glitches have been addressed, but with every update and every patch, there's always a new glitch. So at least this time it wasn't game breaking. Around the time Operation Nightfall came out, there was a huge game breaking issue with the networks, and people cannot party up. They couldn't even get into regular public matches. The network just wasn't working, and I didn't play for at least until 3 weeks into Operation Nightfall. Operation Dark Web has not had any of those issues. They did have zombie issues. They also had gun flash issues that made it look like you were still shooting your gun. So they had minor glitches there. Yes, the lobby streams. We all remember Lobby Simulator. Boy, those were good times, were they not?
I think it might have Knoxville too. I'll think about it. Alright, I guess you guys. Anyway.
So it looks like Ratchet Cell is in there. Now they're just waiting on the Goon Platoon.
I might have him on my other account though.
There will be a season 2, by the way, folks. From what I understand, there will be a season 2, and if you are interested in gathering some of your own squad mates, formulating a team, getting your own image like what Ratchet Cell has here, and presenting it to the NAFWL, don't hesitate. Start now. Get your team together and get prepared for season 2, because season 1 is coming to a close in the near future. There's only a handful of games left. I missed the 2.5 hours to get into a lobby days. Yes, the zombies were addressed, but with the release of Operation Dark Web, the zombie glitch was definitely one of the primary glitches that were an issue, and that was only recently fixed.
I don't feel like it's my way or the highway.
At the moment, I don't know of any other glitches. If you guys know about them, please share them in chat. The glitches that still exist. But there were some, but they weren't game breaking. I'll say that much. At least we got to play.
I didn't really
White
remember
Kong.
them.
White Kong and Dynamic.
Oh, I have White Kong too. I don't think I have Dynamic, but I have White Kong.
All right. If you guys will pardon me, I'm going to go grab myself some water, and I will be right back. But please hang out as we go into the second half of this match between Ratchet Cell and Goon Platoon. Be right back.
Luckily, my
that way.
We warmed
I
up
didn't
on
even-
D.
And we are back.
Remember the
You
last
gotta
game
warm
we
up on the
had?
D, brother. Come on, it's not too bad. I promise.
Both teams are prepared. They're in the lobby. It looks like they are going to bunker.
That's like a rule of life, dude. Come on.
I'm changing. I'm changing again.
Oh, we're
Ow!
Fuck, dude.
I can't howl. I'll get my dogs to howl. That's not good. I'll wake my son.
I need.
Okay.
I need a.
Here's my water. Thirsty. My throat hurts.
Why is Knoxville unknown? Is he declaring us ready?
Saying you guys are ready.
False alarm.
I just got it.
Go.
Thanks, Stitch. If some of you are new here to the Wolfpack, I appreciate you stopping on in. If you shoot the follow, that'd be greatly appreciated, but it's not necessary. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to hit that little heart icon. That'll give me a follow. And if you want to support me in a larger way, you can always shoot me some bits or you can send me a subscribe, but don't feel obligated to do so. Money's tight for most people. Money's tight for me. So save that money, spend it on more important things. But if you have the extra income and you want to support me, I'd greatly appreciate that. But do know that it's not obligated. I just care that you're here, even if you're just passing on through. Do I have an extra keyboard? I don't. I'm sure Adam has one though. He's always got a whole bunch of stuff in that closet. So if you want, I mean, you obviously could reach out to him. But if you want, I can reach out to him and see if he's got one.
Killer.
I could also check to see if someone at work has a keyboard that they're not using. I could probably bring that home.
You need to talk to. No, I got that lag switch going.
If I had to, I'd shoot you with a silver bullet. Thanks, Titch. Cheers.
Yeah, get that hyperdrive.
Okay.
How to play this game if I
Dude,
don't have
classic
it.
like.
Glad to know you got my back.
If anybody even talks about it.
That was
If I had your scent, I'd hunt you down.
That was so good.
All right. Everybody.
What are we playing? Bunker?
Yeah, so if you guys are not part of the NAFWL Facebook webpage yet, please be sure to go over there and check it out. That is where you can stay up to date on almost everything that is happening in the league at the moment. The place to be is in their Discord, however. And if you can get invited there, then you will have all the necessary information to be up to date in everything that is happening in the North American Firewall League. All right, they're sitting in bunker. This is always not a fan favorite spot.
Are we pushing?
Yeah, let's push.
Pushing. Let's
It
go.
sounds like they want to push. They don't want to sit back. They're going to take it to the Goon Platoon, try to catch them off guard, play a different game than what they have been playing, and maybe throw them off. They're going to look towards the box room, and they're looking across. Still no contact yet.
Hold on, Killer.
Okay.
Or, come on, Chopper.
Rolling.
We need to roll together.
Two pushing left, maybe two pushing right.
We'll fuck up together.
There's no one in the box room, so they probably went to the far right.
Yeah.
And they're going to sneak up behind them, get a nice hard flank here, and maybe wipe the entire team. They need to tread cautiously, though, because they don't know how fast or how slow the Goon Platoon is moving.
That's right. Then they know. Let's just keep going. We want to get back there now, or what?
Yeah. Oh, here. On me. My 12.
Gunfire while the Goon Platoon is trying to maneuver across the ditch here.
Where'd you guys?
He went right
Killtrick's
side,
got
right
a
side.
couple hit markers here, but not enough to drop
I just seen the
the
one.
enemy. Looking down the hall, see if they can catch them in the crossfire again. Two guns pointing down. And it looks like the other two are maneuvering back further, closer to the laptop. But they only saw one. They don't know if the entire team already moved forward or not. There's a chance that they're already at the laptop.
Don't give him shit.
Killtrick's still watching this back area, looking for another flank.
Like to the left of me.
But they have to remember that the laptop is open. They didn't put down jammers. It's open.
So I'm going to back up a little bit on kill here.
And if the Goon Platoon can start hacking the laptop and get into position, they can hold that and make it very, very difficult for Ratchet Cell to go in and capitalize. They have to use surprise to their advantage right here if they're going to be successful.
I got no kill feed either.
But I just heard him use his revive card.
Maybe he was just doing that because it'll heal you a little bit.
Oh, sure.
I hear something.
Still all sitting very quietly trying to listen. Listen for footsteps. Sounded like someone had heard a revive dart.
One just pushed out top of the tunnel.
Okay. 3.
Gunfire has begun. They're still behind. The Goon Platoon barely pushed forward. They were sitting right there in the tunnel. They're sitting in this back office here. Killitrick's trying to move in, take advantage of his surprise. He's at least eliminating one. There's still 3 left. Killitrick's moving in, surprising them, but the grenade's taking him out, leaving 3 of his teammates still alive. Chopper getting the revive on Cutter, giving Cutter the opportunity to get back, heal up. Lady Grey moving in. And they completely eliminated the Goon Platoon in that final push. Ratchet coming out on top, now making the score 4-3.
Thanks, Cole.
All right, I'm going to check out chat here. You guys are chatting it up. I love to see that. Makes me happy. You're getting a stalker. You know, you were talking about that in your last stream there, Titch.
4-3.
It's a weird fetish. No, I don't. I'm sorry, man. I wish I had another one, but this is the one that Dad gave me, so I've just kind of been holding on to it ever since.
Oh, yeah, definitely Skull. No, you guys played amazing.
And let my angelic voice put you to sleep. Titch, you're weightless, floating there on a cloud,
You know,
enjoying the gentle breeze across your face.
To the top 10 or 8, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
Is that putting you to sleep yet?
No.
This is a very intense game. They're playing. Both teams are playing very well.
They're already there.
Like in most games similar to this, that are very tactical with 1 life and no revives, you'll see on a higher level that there's a lot of patience. A lot of strategizing. There's a very popular game on the Oculus right now called Onward, and if anyone's not very familiar with Onward or PC VR gaming, Onward is one of the top titles in the VR esports league, and is very strategical and the gentle what on your face? Gentle breeze across your face.
Hold on, make sure you bring that door.
And Onward is very strategical, but one thing that you always see is teams taking their time, going slow, and it seems like it's a very slow-paced game, but there's a reason why it's so slow-paced, just like this. They're trying to figure out where their enemy is, pinpoint the exact position that they need to take, and where they need to go to capitalize and have the advantage, because once gunfire starts, the match can end really, really quickly. And if you're unfamiliar with the VR League, they do have a Twitch page, VR Challenger League. Definitely go check that out. Very fun to watch. I think their season is over now, but they should be returning this winter.
No death.
Are you sure you want to know? All right, back to the game. Here we go.
I think we should, but we've got to be quick just in case they loop.
All right, so they're on the attack now. They're not sitting back and defending. Again, they're going to play the push game, and they're going to take it to the Goon Platoon rather than taking their time and strategizing. They feel as though the strategizing is not working for them in this match. Lady Grey keeping eyes across the way.
No worries.
Chopper knifing that radio because it does make noise and can be very disruptive. They are in a very tight corridor here. They got to be careful. They still don't know where the Goon Platoon is, and those grenades can do a lot of damage and take them all out in just a couple of throws.
How many you got?
Lady Grey taking fire. Cutter taking down Knoxville. Savage reviving Knoxville. All Goon Platoon is still up, but that is one down. He's only got 2 lives left where he can be revived. It looks like they took the box room. This is going to be a hard room to breach. But Lady Grey and Killatrix holding it down, laying that fire. Doors closed. There's a flank going on. Unfortunately, Chopper being taken down. Killatrix trying to help Lady Grey here, getting those revives. Killatrix making sure that they go down, but he cannot capitalize, and they lay him out. And unfortunately, they lose that match, tying it up 4-4.
As soon as I turned around, I knew that was happening. Damn it.
None. All good.
Please keep in mind that each one of these matches in the league is 12 rounds total. Each team gets to pick their choice of 3 maps in which they will attack and defend. That makes a total of 6 rounds per team per match.
Was that on mute that whole time, Savage, guys?
Per half. That's what I was going for.
Fuck, I was on mute.
What were they saying?
I'm going to go back to chat, see what's going on up in here.
You were so quiet. When you were down in that doorway, I was surprised
Shoot,
you weren't.
I want a photo. For a small fee, I think that could be
Let's
arranged.
push it at the front. Come on, guys. Come
Just
on,
better
man.
have my money.
Dynamics, that's what he goes, Dynamics like, they
That's
pushed,
a
open the
hilarious
door.
assassin.
I was like, oh, okay, shit. And I ran
Oh,
right
that's
out into their
hilarious.
fucking face.
So I keep finding intel. Does that count?
No, not at all, brother.
No, it does
Don't get
not.
distracted by the intel or the crypto.
You know, there are special Instagrams that you can
What map you guys want?
what is it, subscribe to, I guess. I don't know if you pay money. Looks like they're going to be going to the shoot house. Titch
What's our last one?
sharing some love for PSVR Assassin. Thank you very much for that,
Classic or
man.
Switch it up.
Thank you for that
Every day
donation.
420's hollering in the chat for fob.
Always appreciated. Never required.
Moderator, mute
But
that
thank
guy.
you for the love.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you for showing Assassin love as well.
Officina.
Put him in a timeout.
They want
Just as another friendly reminder, whether you are in North America, that is either United States or Canada, and you are interested in this commentary stuff and you want to start one yourself, I totally encourage you to do so. It is very, very fun, especially when you have wonderful people in your chat, just like I do. But if you are not up for it, but you are part of a team and you would like some commentary, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to support you and your team in your journey in this league. And I will definitely commentate for you when I can, as long as it fits within my schedule and as long as we discuss it in advance so that I can prepare. Like I did say earlier, I will be commentating for the finals of the UK Pro League. And I don't know when that is yet, but I'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as possible. If you want to stay more up to date on some of the news that I do gather and share, you can always ask for a link to my Discord, where I will be posting when I'm going live for that particular event. I didn't say no Mexicans. I did not say that. But I don't know any Mexicans or South Americans playing. And it does say North American Firewall League, so I'm sticking strictly to United States and Canada.
Area where you can't do shit anyway.
Should we just rush
Down.
to the middle stairs?
All right.
So it sounds like they're a bit discouraged. Their strategies aren't working. They're trying to play more tactical. It didn't seem to work in their favor as much as they were hoping. And now they're pushing, and it still doesn't feel like to them that it's really working. Contact already early on in the upper balcony. Killatrix downing Knoxville. But his partner is also going down, but he got the revive on Cutter. Chopper is still down.
I already used them.
Laying that cover fire, allowing Chopper to get revived. That was very good cover fire on Killatrix. He got a headshot. Killatrix eliminating a few people. He's moving in. He gets downed himself, but he gets the revive. Needs to reload here. He's down again.
Fuck, I got you up, I'm down.
That's bullshit, dude. That's fucking bullshit. I had both. Oh, never mind. Fine. It's whatever.
Lady is still hurt, but they got the win regardless, able to eliminate them all getting very flustered and frustrated with eliminations not occurring as fast as they were hoping, but they still came out in the end on top. Bring the score. Ratchet Cell 5, Goon Platoon 4. A storm is coming soon. Sharknado. Yes, Assassin, I know we had spoken before, and I'd love to commentate for you guys. I just need to know as soon as possible when the matches are going to be, and who's going to be streaming it, only so I can prepare. You know, if I find out a little too late and I can't prepare for it for the evening, you know, then I won't be able to do it. It's something I have to prepare my family for. This week it's also going to be a little difficult. My mother-in-law is coming up from Florida, so I won't be available to really do this. I don't think at all. Maybe in the morning over an Eastern Standard Time, like sometime between 8 and 11:30, I'd be able to do something like this, but I don't think anyone would be holding a league match that early.
You made me think we were defending last round too.
No, this one's not a shotgun. The shotgun one that occurred at the end of the last match, that one did not count. No.
Oh, the how went there, but it went there.
No, Mexico is Central America. There's North America, Central America, and then South America. Yeah, no problem, Assassin. Yeah, I hate when I say that I can't cover something because I really, really want to, but when it comes down to time constraints, you know, I hate requesting so much. I wish, honestly, if I could do this for a living, I totally would. This is what I've wanted to do ever since I watched the VR League do it. I was like, oh, that is something I could definitely do and see myself doing. All right, so
yep, sorry.
It looks like they're replaying this map.
I'm stuck on a door. What the hell?
I must have missed what they were saying before. There must have been some sort of agreement that this had to be replayed.
I got a whole lot of noise.
Okay.
Yeah, lady, I agree.
What's up?
No, we're just going in.
Okay. All right, we need firewalls.
There's one door open.
Oh, mine right there. Mine right there. Mine right there.
I have a feeling
That was a very interesting placement for a mine. I think that was just notifier for them of where Ratchet Cell's position is. I do that myself. If you don't have sensors, or if you do have sensors, but it takes too much time to put them way out there, and they're too loud.
I'm gonna take the back.
You can always lay those proximity mines. They need to get that firewall so they know the position of the laptop. Because right now they're just kind of sitting ducks. They're waiting to see where the Goon Platoon is.
Okay, so it's in this close room. So they're holding that hallway. They can't.
This is going to be a very difficult position for them to push in.
You guys got your sensors, yes? Yep.
They got a couple of sensors, so they're going to light up that room. Probably put them near the walls.
Yeah.
Directly.
I got it. Don't sit on me. It is blocked.
They're opening the door. There's probably no one in there. No one's actually going to sit in there.
Okay.
It's a good reason why. That's probably a reason why they didn't put down the motion sensors on those walls.
I wonder if I can get a bouncy.
But they are running out of time. They aren't rushing here, but they're in that back hall. That seems to be a very popular position to hold. Killertrix is getting hurt. He's seeing red. Chopper throwing some grenades, laying some cover fire.
They moved back.
What's going on, Frowny? Okay. All right, I'm on sensor.
He's moving up. There's a sensor in that room.
Gray?
If they can get rid of that, that would be safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
And make it safer to be peering around this corner here.
Is there anything to the right here?
Nothing.
Doors open all the way.
Chopper's pre-firing here.
Yeah, they're there. Oh, you motherfucker.
They were blocking that stairwell, make sure that no one could escape down there. That was a very wise move in the use of proximities. But they're all at the end of the hall. This is going to be very hard shootout for Ratchet Cell here.
Got him down.
Killitrix downed. Knoxville.
I gotta reload.
White Kong also going down. Moving in. There's the push.
Oh, he closed the door. Let's push. Oh. Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be bad. Those grenades are raining in. They're definitely around the corner there. That kind of gave their position away.
I don't know.
It's open.
It's still
closed.
nope.
They opened this door back up.
So now there's a couple people of the Goon Platoon in the room and also around the corner down the hall. Killitrix trying to get those shots on, but it is just not working in his favor right now. Laying down that ammo bag.
He's coming around.
Cutter moving out on his own.
Oh, what happened?
Something just happened with Killitrix's gun, completely pointed down. Not sure what happened there, but Savage in serious danger, but still taking out both Killitrix and Cutter. Lady, the last person alive. Feels like we've been here before.
Oh, they just got him up.
Damn.
And all of Ratchet Cell being taken out by the Goon Platoon, bringing the score now back up to 5-5. These matches are back and forth, and it seems like neither one of them really have the upper hand. I don't know why they replayed that match. I'm kind of curious as to why, but is what it is. Now we're at an even 10 rounds so far. We have 2 more. What that means, 1 more map.
Good job, guys.
Good shooting. Yeah, nice fucking
job. When player 2 is ready, I'll probably still be doing it as long as there's as long as there's still requests for it. You know what I'm saying? If people still want me to do this, I will continue to do it. But we have 1 more map, folks. For those who've been hanging out with me since the beginning, thank you so much. We're still up at 12 viewers. Thank you for the love and support. I have been doing this for 3 hours now, and many of you have been here for the totality of those 3 hours. So kudos to you guys for sticking it out with me here. I'm gonna shoot all of you a couple of hype emotes. Thank you very much for the love and support, not just for me but also for this wonderful franchise.
Oh, we're defending.
This is the map I wanted them to pick.
I have no life. You have a life, Karen. You're the mother of Firewall.
I think it's the first time we played.
You provide us all with love and support. That is a wonderful job to have.
Seems like a lot of people pick it.
Kermat still here.
We play it like every other round.
Titch with Scrub Squad.
We have not been watching you. If we studied, we would be doing better.
I was distracted for the first half. That's okay.
We were saying that today.
When I watch people stream, sometimes I get distracted myself. But what matters, Rob, is you are here.
Yes? No?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think we're really
And it's only a rumor, but I believe this rumor. Karen sits in a room with multiple monitors. Just up. She's got her own little fortress in her home. She claims otherwise, but I can see Karen sitting there with a bunch of monitors with streams up all over the place, and she's just commenting on all of them. That's how much she cares. That's how much love she shows to people. She's in everyone's streams, and it's just wonderful. That's why we all love her. All right, back to the match. We are in our last map, folks, and I believe Ratchet Cell is going to be defending first, as they have been. And they have the kitchen. This is a very good position here on Hotel. Very good position to hold.
What are we doing?
Push, baby, push.
It looks like they're just going to push. They're not going to hold this. This is a very, very prime position to hold, but they decide, let's take the fight to them. It's moderately worked in their favor, but they don't feel like being strategists this time around. Lady Grey getting shot at from across. Looks like Killitrix is working on it across the hall as well. He's getting some hit markers, but not enough. His partner's down, trying to get the revive, but he just couldn't get it. That door was in the way.
All right, back off.
Two in the lobby pushing toward the gym.
Okay, lady, you are all by yourself. Can you let me know when he's getting close to the corner?
Yep.
So at least now they have eyes in the skies, and they still have 3 members of their team left.
Center courtyard, 2 of them, top, pushing toward the gym door. On the gym door right now. On the hard. Watch the door.
I'm down. Fuck, did I get you up or no? Oh, there's 3 there. To your right, Kill.
Yeah, well.
Oh boy.
In front of me too.
The Goon Platoon just pushing that weight room like it was their job, eliminating all of the Ratchet Cell.
Well,
I think that push on Ratchet Cell's part was the wrong strategy to go with there, as they were they fell victim really quickly
That could be a good throw
to their to the Goon Platoon's fire. That is very unfortunate. I don't think they put down any jammers either, so that's leaving the laptop open for an easy win, shifting the tides of battle here and putting Goon Platoon ahead with 6 and Ratchet Cell 5.
That's all right. I think they underestimated us.
Maybe.
All right, going back to chat here.
All right, let's get
Karen watches everything. Boom, Karen bomb. 2 very tough teams, yes, I agree. I have to say, almost every single team in this league is a very solid team. And you can never count anyone out, because you never know when someone who's low on the leaderboard, the league leaderboard, can come out victorious in the end. I've seen a lot of very good plays from teams that are not as high on the leaderboard. And they've come out and played very, very well. Savage got an ace in that round.
You should have seen the fight. You got to almost watch the fight in the fuck. I don't know who was in the gym.
So they're going back to hotel here to finish off their last round. That's going to end this map, and we're going to see if Ratchet Cell can actually pull this one out and tie it up to make it an even 6-6.
Is that what that was? I was like, damn. Oh
yeah, I smacked you right there.
Red Rum 2 all the way. I hope we do well. I hope we do well in the future. My hope is to get a couple more wins under our belt.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
And wins, I mean by like getting 7 points. That's my hope.
I was visibly shook.
All right, this is last one.
We do have a relatively new team, but we all get along very well. We have a lot of fun, and we've been practicing a lot together, whether as a whole team or just parts of a team. We're all getting really, really used to each other, and it's feeling really, really good. So I'm excited for our next match. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'll be sure to announce it. As much as I love doing this commentary bit, it's coming to an end, and I'm feeling relieved because my throat, I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. I'm already getting my radio voice.
Did you want to come play with us?
No one's going to... Exactly, Karen, exactly. The whole point of this is fun. Even though Ratchet Cell has been losing, they're still laughing. They're still having a good time. If you're not having fun while doing this, you're not doing it right. So make sure that you're having fun. Try not to take things too seriously. There is a prize monetary payout at the end of this, but it was a very low cost just to get inducted, and there's a lot of games that you can play. So if this is definitely a good league to get your feet wet and play and see what league play is all about. All right, going into our last round.
Lady, it's up to you. It's up to you.
All right, so they're pushing right, and they're going to go down this hall and try to take it.
I'm going to cut through Soda. Look in the middle.
Okay.
Cutting through the middle is pretty dangerous, but she's confident in her own skills, and her team is confident with her.
They're below me?
You can hear some noise below him, and he's right next to the stairwell, so he needs to be careful. Looks like he's got a partner right behind him watching that stairwell.
All right.
I hear him.
All right. Well, what are we doing?
I hear them pretty loud. I think they're right below me. Right below me.
And what they're sitting down there for, I'm not entirely sure.
They're in front of me now, running away.
Below?
Yeah, below.
And I think Ratchet Cell is trying to stay as quiet as possible so as not to alert the other team.
They keep coming back and forth.
And they're most likely holding that position. The laptop's got to be near. They have to get that firewall.
You guys want to do this?
Firewall's in that room then, yeah?
Looks like Lady's going to push. She's going to peek around the corner, see if anyone's there.
So there's a scanner at the end of that.
All right.
I say we go all the way around.
All the way around? Okay.
Let's go to the other side.
All right.
So they've decided.
get this
They're
firewall?
following Lady's lead.
Hold on. I think I heard one underneath.
Yeah, they're down low for sure.
They're taking it nice and slow, but they are running their own time here. It's now under 3 minutes left before they get to the laptop, and they still haven't gotten the firewall.
Hit the firewall.
Yeah.
Which they were right next to, but opted not to get the firewall. Chopper needs to be careful going down these stairs.
Right,
checking their corners and make sure it's safe to go out, but it's a very difficult position to peek through.
Yeah. I don't know. Up high left. Okay, I was saying right. Okay.
All right, they're retreating. They're going to stay up high and keep that height advantage here.
Just to see if there's anybody there. You ready? Yep.
They're all getting ready to push. Lady is holding the weight room. Looks like Killatrix is moving in behind her, provide that support that she is definitely going to need.
This door is still closed.
And it looks like the Goon Platoon is just holding their position. They're not moving.
One all the way down at the other end.
There's some gunfire.
Okay.
Giving out comms that they're all the way at the end of the hall. On
Killatrix's
end here. They have less than 2 minutes left. They really need to get a move on. They are fairly close to the laptop.
They're double shooting me at middle. There's one in the door. There's one on the hall. Oh, fuck off. Come on. Kill both of us.
Grenade takes out Chopper. Unfortunately, Lady Gray downing Savage, but Savage gets revived by Nox. Now blind fire by Killer.
Damn it. Yeah, I couldn't get to you.
One of them is down alive. One's moving to the middle, Killer.
Got him.
Killatrix downing Knoxville, eliminating him.
You can get him. They're not even looking at you.
I got one.
That's 2 down. Killatrix taking both of them down, but unfortunately it looks like Cutter is also down, and they are unable to get the victory on this one. And the final score is going to be Goon Platoon 7 and Ratchet Cell 5. It was a good effort on Ratchet Cell's part, and good plays on for both teams all around. Not only Goon Platoon and Ratchet Cell, but also X-Force. Very good matches tonight. It was very, very fun, very entertaining. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me. Channel 1031, Smooth Jazz. That's funny.
I didn't get you, Lady, when you popped that door open. I was throwing my second impact. Like, I got it.
It was great fun, very good matches. I'm gonna wait and see here, see if they have like a fun round like they did in the last match. Very good games.
Good games, guys. Definitely good games.
Good shit, man.
For sure.
That was fun.
It's nice meeting you, Killatrix and
All right, sounds like they're ending it, so that means we are going to end it as well. Thank you all for coming on out for this commentary for the North American Firewall League match between Ratchet Cell and X-Force and Ratchet Cell and the Goon Platoon. I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting me. I know there's been a lot of requests for this, and I'm also getting support from the NAFL. As well as the Firewall 0 Hour Facebook page. I noticed that my my streams have been posted, and I greatly appreciate that. I hope you guys continue to come back and enjoy these streams. And if there are any requests that you might have, please shoot them my way. I don't mind constructive criticism as long as it's constructive and not insulting. I will listen to it and I will make changes accordingly. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Wolf. I'm your host, also known as the Wolf Craze. Be sure to check me out again in the future. If you have not done so, please hit that little heart icon. That's a little follow icon over here on Twitch. And also, if you want to support me in other ways, you can shoot me bits or even a subscribe, but don't feel obligated to do so. And be sure to come back and check me out in the next North American Firewall League match, whatever it may be. And until next time, folks, peace.